You go there.
I don't know. I didn't get the
memo.
I had no.
I should have just known the memo.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
What the frick?
Don't hurt me. No more. Shout out to Jacob.
Hi.
In this episode,
Are we recording right now?
Yes, that's what the light is.
What light?
It's been running for 3 minutes. In this episode, we dedicated to our good friend Jakey Swag,
Juicy.
pancakes for his email episode.
He hasn't farted yet since I've been here.
Don't tell them that.
All right, here we go. What's going on, everybody? This is the Pop Culture Punks podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We are doing a special episode dedicated. I said dedicated to a good friend of ours, Mr. Jacob Pancake Swaggy P. By all the other nicknames that he's known. He said he was kind enough to send us Juicy Jake sent us an email. He said, do another Pokemon episode. And we're like, all right, cool.
Lantern
so
sucks.
Here we are. Oh, that's salty. Don't do that.
Is that like a...
He's like our one listener.
It's his favorite.
Wait, did you already... that is
alienated our fan base.
Sorry, Jake, but...
I can't listen to somebody who likes Lantern.
I can't.
We lost our one
We don't
listener.
want those kind of fans. We don't want fans who like Lantern.
If you like Lantern, don't
You like
listen to our
Lantern, you're out.
podcast. Okay, this is Josh. I'm hosting this episode because I know enough about Pokemon, but not as much as my three compatriots, who are Zach, that boy, young Zach.
Hello. Tonight, unite all peoples within our nation. I just wanted to pick a random line from
That boy Phil.
Hi.
That boy Matt Rabs, our special guest.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And me, back again. So this is a Pokemon theme. I'm like losing track of all my stuff where it is. So this is our Pokemon theme podcast. So we're going to do all the questions that our good friend Jake sent in. And an additional quiz, which is prized with a Pokemon cards booster pack. Booster pack.
I hope I get a Pikachu.
It's my favorite Pokemon.
But I wanted Agumon.
That's a Digimon.
All
Give
right,
me the Pikachu.
let's see.
I want an Agumon.
Oh, funny story. Okay, real quick. I had some notes of like intro things before we do talk Pokemon. So I want to know from Matt and Zach. We went to Phil and I went to B-Dubs last night with one of our other friends who was in town.
Such dismay. Like chopped liver.
What are you doing? So we went to B-Dubs yesterday with one of our other friends, and Phil has this thing that he can't eat traditional or boneless wings because of reasons that have been joked about numerous times already.
The last night I did not drink any ranch.
I know, but
Wait,
in the past, correct. Okay, so this is what he does.
Okay.
So you know how usually people at B-Dubs get ranch and they
Don't
dip
get me
their
started.
wings in it.
I'm
He
gonna pull the mic away a
would,
little
instead
bit.
of what I would say, he would take a bite of his traditional wing and then he would
drink the
sip the
ranch?
ranch.
Because
Oh my gosh.
the wings are shaped like this. I'm doing
No, okay, this is
motion with
also.
my hand.
I was like,
Are
this is
they-
an audio
the
podcast.
cup is like this.
Bone in?
You can't fit the thing is like
yes,
And they're bone in. Okay,
traditional.
bone in's a little more acceptable,
Yeah.
I'd say.
So you take a
that.
bite of the
Still,
bone in.
that's gross.
You take a sip of the
Yeah,
ranch.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like fine dining.
No.
You're already.
You could
no.
take a fork
No,
and
no.
like put it on the wing.
You could, but have you ever eaten
Thank
wings
you.
with
He's
a fork?
not a
If
Neanderthal.
you eat wings with a fork, you're a savage.
No, I mean you got your fingers on the wings, but
I feel
then
like
for
that's
the
the
range.
opposite of what you just
But
said.
when it comes to wings, it's the opposite of what you would expect.
I think just the concept of drinking ranch in any
It's
capacity is
disgusting.
just
Yes,
really...
those
messed
two
up.
words.
It works
not
so-
together.
Drinking
It works.
and ranch.
So freaking wild.
Unless you're drinking on a ranch, then
Well,
potentially, but
But when are you going to do that?
what if you're
I don't
drinking? What if you're drinking ranch on a ranch that has buffalo?
this got really deep.
So anyway,
Quick.
Pokemon.
So, and then my other story was, I've told you this, and I don't know, this is a funny story from my work, Matt. So I found out a couple weeks ago that I worked with a murderer. Literally, yeah.
What?
So there's a dude who, in Fitchburg, there was a house that blew up, and yeah, did you hear about that?
Yeah, we talked about that at
That
work.
dude worked at my place, and I made a video that he was in, and I had to chuck all our footage because they're like, so he killed somebody, we can't use this video anymore.
let's not give names
So,
in case
I mean,
His
it's all in
ghost
the
comes
news.
out.
He
It's
named
not
her
his
name.
unless his ghost comes.
It could happen.
But yeah, so I worked with that dude, and I was
Holy
like,
cow,
yeah.
dang.
So it was a weird. I was like, I've never had
That's
to throw out
horrific.
footage because someone killed somebody. So
You met the
yeah.
guy while his
if
wife
anyone's
was dead
interested in
his
the
house.
story, it's the Fitchburg house explosion or something. It's I'll leave the details there. More or less, I worked with the guy, and I like interacted with him face to face after he had committed some heinous acts.
What a transition
So,
into Pokemon.
yeah. So Pokemon.
He smiled in
anyway.
your
Speaking
face.
of
Yeah,
which,
he's wild.
Pokemon.
His dead in his
It was
house.
scary, yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna jump into our Pokemon discussion after that bright note. I just thought it was an interesting story. So this episode is also because we are celebrating the launch of Pokemon UltraSun and Moon, which comes out Friday, November 17th, at the end of this coming week.
Oh, so soon.
And we want this to be an example to anyone who happens to be listening, that if you do send in episode requests with topics or whatever to the rebelethic@gmail.com, we'll throw an episode for you. So that's what we're doing for our good pal,
Our
Jakey
Jakey
Cakes.
Pancakes.
One of our friends in Celery, when Jake and I lived there, they'd call him Cakes. They were like, "What up, Cakes?"
Cakes.
So the Cakes.
Did you like
so
that
shout out
name,
to
or-
Cakes. Yeah, he's fine with it. He's a chill dude.
I told Bus
Um,
to send us an email.
yeah.
So.
Dude, Busco.
What kind of
Because
topic
he said I might not be interested in a lot of your stuff, and I was like, well,
Send us what
send
you
us
are
some
interested in.
questions, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Even if it's Call
Talk
of
to
Duty,
us.
we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about Call of Duty. Won't be nice.
I was like, I don't know how well that
I don't know how well it'll
I'll
go.
hold Coach back a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll need the mic pretty far away for that episode.
I know.
But so we got that, and I know Zach Wilkes. We have a couple episodes in the hopper that he submitted, so we're going to be working on those in the next couple weeks after we take care of some of those things.
Are they
So
mostly anime related?
one of them is like retro Nintendo related,
Ooh.
so that'd be fun. He liked our nostalgia cast when we did the little bros cast.
That was a fun
so,
one.
I wasn't in that one, so I want to be in that one next time.
Because you're not a bro.
Because you're not a cook bro.
I'm a bro.
You're
I'm
an
a-
honorary
I'm a
cook
rebel
bro.
ethic bro.
Yeah,
though.
honorary.
Yeah, I'm an
That's
honorary.
true.
I look
You're an
more like
honorary.
him than you look like him.
It's absolutely true.
That
That's
no,
absolutely
we
true.
literally when I sent you know how I filmed that. I think on Instagram I posted it as a story, the one with when we were playing Evil Within 2 and the boss game. I like had the camera on you, and my friend Amanda, who I've known for years, was literally like, "Oh my gosh, I thought that was you sitting next to your brother."
That's funny. That's funny. Anyway,
That is awesome.
cool. So I have a whole bunch of questions here, and if you guys, so all these questions were ones that Jake sent in, and there's a few that I just kind of like retuned. If you guys want a helpful website to go to for like some of the specifics, if you go to the Pokemon wiki, it's like pokemon.wiki something or other. Pokemon.wikia.com. It's got like all the info on like
Bulbapedia is
some of
better.
the things.
There's also Cerebi.net.
Oh,
Cerebi.
That is
I go on
That's
Cerebi
the real
literally
one.
every
Cerebi.
morning to see
Same.
news on new stuff.
I used to.
Cerebi is fantastic. So,
Yeah.
all right. And then later we've got a little quiz for you guys to
I'm getting them
compete in for
Pokemon
those
cards.
those Pokemon cards. So
I would think you're getting
I would
those.
literally
Is
die.
it Gen 1?
I'm getting
or
that
is it-
ultra rare Ultra
It
Ball.
is.
Oh, is it all gens?
Hang on.
It's Burning Shadows.
Gen 1 weighted?
It's the
It
newest
is
set.
the Sun and Moon Burning
Oh.
Shadows booster
But it's got
pack.
Holo
and it's
on the
got
Oh, I think that one
Holo-
has an Alolan Marowak in it,
it's
which
got
I want that
Holo
card.
in the-
Do you
in
like
the
keep
front.
track of like statistics?
Well,
for
he
Pokemon
sells.
booster
Yeah.
packs?
This kid Philip sells.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I
cards.
used to. I keep track of Pokemon cards still, but I don't buy them because they're expensive.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, they are.
But I there's a website called Poke Beach where I keep track of new cards coming out in case there's some dope ones that I want to get.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just never
Good
got
deal.
into the cards. We had a giant box of them, but they were long gone.
Oh, dude, that box was huge.
Yeah.
Most of them were probably elemental cards anyway, so they weren't really
No, they were not
Energies, you
that
mean?
special.
Energies?
Those whatever,
Energy.
whatever.
Elemental
This is why I'm
cards.
hosting, and I'm
Freaking
not.
nerd.
I'm not. So anyway, all right. So first question. I'm curious if and legitimately, no game sharks, no cheating, no
cheating.
trading
No
with
cutting.
some kid in
Can I use the
Japan.
monster brain?
Have you ever caught a shiny Pokemon, and what was it?
Are we
Yeah.
gonna should we just go around, or are we gonna like
I'll start.
We'll start.
pop?
My first
popcorn?
Pokemon.
This time we'll start with you
I'm just gonna hijack
because
it.
you're a jerk.
Yeah, I caught one.
I caught a shiny.
A funny story, actually.
Actually, I can remember it. It was either my first Gen 2 game, which was Gold, or it was Crystal when I re-got the game later. But I remember the first shiny I caught was a Whooper.
Oh,
In the-
shiny Whooper.
In that, that first cave that you go in, basically,
I
after
think
beating
so,
the
yeah.
first gym leader, the
Yes.
bird guy, I found a shiny Whooper in there. And that was before I knew what shiny Pokemon were, and I was like, whoa.
Why is it
Did
you?
I
This
break
is
my
cool.
game?
Yeah, so I caught him, and I don't think I used him because I don't really like Whooper and Quagsire. but
Yeah, they're kind of derpy.
yeah.
I love that though.
No,
They have-
especially-
Although
tank
the water ground is decent. It's
Yeah,
like
no
Swampert
electric.
before Swampert was a thing.
That's true.
Cool.
He was the first water ground, wasn't he? Oh.
So yeah,
Let's
that
go
was
to
my
this-
first
let's-
shiny.
That boy, young Zach. What shinies have you
Young
ever
me.
caught?
The only one I caught, it was by pure accident, is an X. It was the very, very end section of Victory Road, and I was just like grinding for EXP and fighting gravelers and stuff. And there's one that popped up that was like just slightly off color. It wasn't like,
Yeah,
'cause, you know,
Graveler's not very obvious.
it's not obvious. It's like kind of gray, but then like the shiny version is just this darker brown. And so like he gave out the shine though. I was like, is he?
Yes.
Is he? And then like I looked and it had the little red star. I was like, I found a shiny Pokemon. And so I just
Masterball.
caught it.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
and, then,
exactly.
and then stress sets in. You're
Oh.
like, frick, do I have enough Ultra Balls to catch this thing?
No, I was every time I like
Stack.
every Pokemon game I play, I stack on Ultra
Yeah,
Balls
same here.
Oh, yeah.
as soon as possible.
Yep.
So, and I caught it. It was no easy, or no, it was no difficult feat. It was literally just catching a normal Pokemon, and it was just like,
Nice.
and that's the only time I've ever. I even tried going shiny hunting once, and it was a fruitless labor. So
There's YouTubers who do that. They just sit there and soft reset for like 10,000 times
I could never do
to
that.
get
Oh,
like
dude, I'd get
shiny
so mad.
legendaries.
No.
Yeah, some legendaries are shiny locked, like Yveltal and Xerneas are shiny locked. Like you just can't get shinies
Interesting.
because people will
not know
literally
that.
break their DSs like soft resetting just to get shiny Pokemon. That they like started shiny locking legendaries just so people would stop doing it.
I believe it.
Dang.
See, that's another fan base ruining the game.
Yeah.
Jerks.
I mean,
Anyway.
that's their problem. But
Yeah. That boy Matt.
I've
What you
actually
got?
caught 4.
Oh, boy.
Origi-
intentionally or accidentally?
This is why you're on the podcast.
Or a little bit
'cause,
both.
this is why
Well,
you're on this
3
episode.
intentionally and 1 back in silver. I didn't catch it. I hatched shiny Mischievous because I like it was one of my favorite Pokemon. So
that
I
one's
was
hard to catch too in those games.
yeah, but
Hard to
I
find.
caught it, but then I
And you
was like
bred it.
breeding it
Okay.
because that was one of my favorite Pokies of that gen. So then I just
love Mischievous.
found one of it, like hatched it. So that was easy. Otherwise, Diamond, I caught a shiny Ponyta.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Wait, what's the color for that one?
If I just remember,
Isn't it
it's like
blue?
I think it's just like golden, and then the fire is like more golden rather than
Okay.
red. It's
Sure.
not that drastic of a change.
Nice. Still.
Soul Silver, then caught a shiny Phanpy,
Ooh.
which if I can recall,
These
it,
are some good
might
ones.
be green.
That's a green one. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
yeah,
Sounds right.
And then in X and Y, I caught a shiny, whatever the first evolution name of Gudra is.
Oh, I know
Slugma?
what you're
The
talking about.
Slugoo or something like
Slugoo,
that.
I think so. It's
Slugoo.
like it's just
yeah.
the straight dragon. Like
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice.
So
Pokemon is
pretty much like
weird.
one in each game.
Dope.
That's solid.
That's nice.
Sick. Question number 2.
Wait, what about you? Did you catch any
Oh,
shinies?
did I? I think the only shiny I own is literally from.
Red
I think they were
Gyarados?
doing. Yeah, it
The
was like.
Metagross event.
I think it was. I think it was either the Metagross event or they had a shiny Xerneas or
Dude,
Yveltal
the
event.
shiny Yveltal, it's like white.
Yeah,
That
I
looks
think.
dope. I got that one too.
Yeah, I want to say it was like something from that. I've never legitimately
Never caught
caught
one?
an actual.
Does Red
I've
Gyarados
tried.
count?
No.
Oh,
You have
how
to.
dare
Well,
How
do
dare
you
you?
have like do you
How
have to catch
dare
it
you?
I don't think
in the
so.
game, or can
No,
you
you
kill
don't.
it?
Red Gyarados?
It's
No.
not like story.
I think
you
you'd
don't need
be
it.
a loony not to catch it because
That's
it's
true,
like a
yeah.
free red Gyarados.
Yeah.
But, so anyway,
I just remember watching a joke video, and it was like they got to that point. It's like, oh my gosh, Gyarados is bleeding.
like what's wrong with him? Is he okay?
Put me out of my misery.
Kill me.
Kill me.
Number 2. What is the biggest pet peeve in a Pokemon game for you? Your biggest Pokemon game pet peeve. We'll start with you, Matt, this time.
Oh, just in general, like
I wish Jacob was here so we could clarify. We should have him call in.
Yeah.
Hey Jacob,
I
what do you
think-
mean by pet peeve?
I think pet peeves is in what are the things that drive you the most nuts, or like
When
what are
playing
things?
Pokemon?
When playing
Yes,
Pokemon?
like what are the things that?
I got some triggers.
you
Sure.
can come back to me because I'll think about it. 'Cause-
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can go. I'll hijack
Just
it again.
taking it to number
Take,
one.
yeah,
Jeez.
take an initiative.
I told you I was the host.
Demi host.
You take my role, I take it. I take your conversation.
You take the role, I take the conversation. The most annoying freaking thing that makes me angry thinking about it right now is confusion.
Oh, dude.
Especially when it
yeah.
does like 5 times in a row, you just keep smacking yourself. And they have like a sliver of health left, and you're like, I'm going to win this battle. And you just keep.
and you kill yourself from
That
confusion.
50%.
and you kill
you
yourself,
just
and I'm
keep
like,
losing.
that was stupid. And it makes no sense.
I feel like the worst part too is the anxiety of like I could not hit myself.
Yeah.
And then it's like you hit yourself twice. You're like, okay, there's no way I'll hit myself
Yeah,
a third
it's
time.
like, what are the chances? And
And
then
then-
you just keep doing it. I'm like, no!
This is so dumb. Anyway, all right.
That's my one.
That's your
Otherwise, forgetting to save before legendary.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
did
that-
that in
that's a good
Suicune and Crystal.
Oh,
But that's like on the player though, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pet peeve about how I play the game, I
Okay.
guess.
like
yes.
he shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Which is on him, but
That's
It is on me.
But it's a pet peeve.
But you can have a pet peeve that's on you.
well, I don't know about that. We'll see.
Jacob's not here,
Just
so I'm redefining his question.
poor Jacob. He had questions valuable, but
His
All right.
questions are valuable, mine are better.
the one pet peeve, like I think the glaring thing that always just drives me nuts is any victory road segment in a game just drives me nuts.
Just
You
like
get-
the long
The
distance
cave,
of like
you
the
mean?
cave.
yeah, just the long distance
Hitting
like,
Zubat every 5 seconds.
hitting a Zubat.
That's more
Oh.
annoying. If the
That's
cave
probably
didn't have any
mine.
Oh, the
Pokemon in it,
yeah.
and I could just battle trainers,
Yeah,
I'd be fine.
caves in Pokemon just really get to me. Unless they have like really good Pokemon. I know in Black and White there was one cave that had like Joltik and stuff and really cool.
Yeah, that mirror cave.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
had really cool Pokemon and the aesthetic was cool. But in like old gen games and even like in some of the newer ones too, trekking through that long, dark, desolate, boring cave and then running into like 50 trainers and you have like 2 potions left and you're like, okay, who do I want to level up? And then they end up dying from confusion. Like
Yep.
it happens
And you don't even make it all the way through the cave, so you have to restart.
and from the very beginning, yeah.
And in the original games, they didn't have like a checkpoint before that you could fly back to.
Yeah.
So you had to like walk all the way back up through and stuff.
Like even right now, I'm stuck in blue. I'm playing the original blue, and my team is just like wrecking everyone I meet. But I am lost in that cave, and I like am even looking on maps to find out where I am. But like all the locations look so similar because like the old
Dude,
school
I could help you
graphics.
out. I got that thing memorized.
You do?
I could
Okay.
go through it right in my head right now.
Let's do it right now. I need your help.
All right, where are you stuck? Just kidding.
Boot up the old.
Hey. What do you say? What do you say, Matt?
To be honest, now I remember it was before like the new games have fixed it, but in the old games it was all the HMs. Like having to like waste
Yes.
a move slot for
Yeah.
cut.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, HM
You'd always
slave.
have an HM
Yeah,
slave.
HM
Or
slave.
Flash. Flash is the worst.
Bidoof.
Dude,
See,
Flash is
I just
dumb.
like memorized that one cave you needed in, so like
Yeah,
I
that's
just
what
didn't
did too.
even need.
I just memorized it, and I
was
didn't
just
even
like-
use Flash. I just went through the cave.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have, so it's not a mechanic, it's a developer. I hate poorly designed Pokemon.
Oh, like
That's a
Vanillite?
huge, like Vanillite
Or Clutzy.
Seocone.
trash,
He's
trash
Trubbish.
boat,
Trubbish.
whatever.
hey, Trubbish is a tank.
So like Trubish or like even Skunk Tank or Stunk Tank
What?
or
I like actually
whatever
kinda
the
like this
heck.
one.
The skunk
So-
Pokemon.
Well, it's like that could have been cool, but like design, like that's basically like ferret or like ferret
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
true.
And
That's
so in my mind, like that's my biggest pet peeve is when there's like sucky Pokemon designs. That
See, I like
drives me
Skunk
nuts.
Tank and Trubbish because they fit in the theme of an industrialized Pokemon.
And the
Because
dark,
it was like a city. It was
You're
forced
such a
on city.
philosopher. That
Yeah.
was deep. That was deep.
Yeah.
from a battle
It doesn't
perspective,
change my perspective. But,
It doesn't
but
change
it's
my mind
deep.
at all, but I
It was
respect
deep.
you.
I respect it.
dark poison, you're protected from psychic. That is actually pretty
Ooh.
strong.
That's
Especially
true.
going from first gen where Psychic is basically just like OP.
Yeah, whatever. So
But Trubbish is
But yeah,
the first
no.
gen. though,
But not
so-
Trubbish.
yeah,
Trubbish
just
Trubbish,
like
yeah,
there are those few
Trubbish is
designs, but
rubbish.
even when you think about it, like even Magikarp in my mind is like,
Hey now.
I mean,
but
he's
that's
hang
so
on,
cool.
hang
You get like
on,
the
don't
one
be-
of the best
hang on.
Don't be
Pokemon.
hating
Yeah.
on our
He
carp.
gets there, but his original design is
Dude.
trashy.
Training Magikarp and like if you actually want to get a Gyarados, like he levels up so slowly.
Correct.
It took forever to get him to level 20. I was like, this is torture.
Correct.
But
It
then
was-
you get to level 20 and you're just like.
And then you get a freaking Gyarados.
See, you
and
just
you're
be
like,
patient. You go to like places where there's level 30s, and then just
And then
swap
you
them out
just
right
get
away,
one
and you
level,
get them
yeah.
in like two
Yep.
or three battles.
But that's not as fun.
True.
But that is the most efficient way.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, number 3. And this was my question. This is the one that I was mentioning right before we started that I'm going to add in. What Pokemon would you want as a house pet?
Oh, so we're not talking about marrying Pokemon?
No,
That's off the table?
A little different.
I'm cutting that part out. That was weird.
Does the Pokemon have to evolve?
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a good question.
You can choose any Pokemon at any stage in its evolution,
Okay.
and it doesn't evolve. So it's not like if you feed it for a year, it turns into the second. the
Yeah, like
second
if you got a
form or
Squirtle and
something.
all of a sudden you got a freaking Blastoise in your house.
Come
like,
home.
all right, you're
Come on.
old enough, get out.
We're flushing you down.
Get
the
out on
toilet.
your own.
Yeah.
Send
Oh,
you
that
to
would
the
be so
sewers.
terrible. Flushing
Yeah,
it.
if you had a Magikarp, you'd flush it down the toilet.
I absolutely would.
And then he'd come out a Gyarados and kill you.
He'd like, oh, he'd
probably
probably
would.
Oh my god.
I have gone through trial and tribulation. I have evolved.
I've worked my way through the sewers.
He comes up your toilet. Hello, father.
just has real abandonment issues.
I'm just imagining all the like New York style horror stories that they used to tell of alligators that pet alligators got flushed into the sewers
And they, like,
others
grew
70
70
foot. Yeah, it's, so it's just magic.
It's like flushed out Gyarados, yeah.
in the sewers that turned into Gyarados. Formed a little colony.
Oh,
They're planning to
gosh.
take over the world.
That would be
They
great.
could do it.
Stop the pet fish trade. Anyway, you want to go, Zach?
That's tough. The most immediate one I thought of is just like Mr. Mime would be a nice butler to have around the
Wow,
house.
you're already
Sweet,
enslaving the
that's so
Pokemon.
good.
Just enslave,
That's
yeah.
Hey, pet
that's pretty
slave.
hilarious. I like
But it's
that.
like that's what he does, and you're like, you know,
It's his
I,
job.
I would
He's
love for
supposed to
people
be
to.
a servant.
I'd love for people to just walk in my house and see this thing that's like mime. I'm like, what the frick is that?
Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime.
It's like it's my butler.
Mr. Mime. That's my butler.
It's Mr. Mime. But like for actuality, what I would want,
Like an actual pet.
like an actual pet, I would almost say Squirtle, just because I've always loved Squirtle, and I'm even wearing a T-shirt of
That's a
Squirtle right
classic
now.
shirt, yeah.
So like just to have as a pet would just be the coolest thing. And I know like he's one of the most popular ones too, so you could just bring him out and people would already be like, "Yo, you got a Pokemon in real life?"
What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, ride on. Oh, and you can almost do like in Mario. You grab him on, grab his shell while you're riding
Wow,
through
you're
the
just
water.
enslaving all these Pokemon.
It's not
to do your
enslaving.
He's
He
just having
swims-
fun.
I'm having
Let's swim,
fun.
Squirtle. We're having
I'm not like asking him to like do my taxes
gonna have
in
a-
form of union. Jeez.
Smart.
Hey, that's a smart idea.
Who
I want
would?
Mewtwo to do my freaking taxes for me.
No, he would just like convince you that the government is a bad entity.
That's
and
true,
That you need to
yeah.
take
I want
it
Mewtwo
down.
so I can take over the world.
Yeah, actually, that's
No, frick. I was gonna say Squirtle too.
that's fine. You can
Squirtle's
just
cute. I don't want to do Squirtle though. I want to do
Lantern.
what?
Lantern.
Lantern can go down.
Then you
in
need a
toilet.
pool.
Dang, him and all the Gyarados chilling out down low.
Yeah, he can go hang with Gyarados and use his electric bolt or whatever.
Just like super fried.
Super frad Gyarados. It's the underground world trade. They're selling Gyarados.
It says Slowpoke tails.
Gyarados
Gyarados.
scales. I think Mew would be a fun.
Actually,
pet.
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Just
Just,
flying
like,
around my
floating
house.
around.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is a
Have a
psychic.
guest in your house. Mew just freaks
Oh.
the crap out of him.
Aber would be really cool.
Yeah, I was
Ooh.
thinking
Aber
like
would be a lot.
Kadabra.
Then you could
or
use it to
something
teleport
with-
places.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
Well, yeah, kind of Aber, but otherwise, just like in general for pet, Vulpix or Ninetales. Two of my
Ooh.
faves.
Ooh,
So actually would let it evolve at some
A
point.
Growlithe would be kind of fun.
nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
Not an
actual
Arcanine
dagger.
though.
yeah,
That thing
too
would be
big.
the size of this room.
just like chilling. It's like freaking Clifford
Yeah,
in your
I
house.
love Arcanine, the big fire dog.
Clifford, except he's probably more aggressive and can blow fire out of his mouth.
Correct. That'd be a
Second
bad
one.
time.
And his
What if it-
fur is probably hot to the touch.
Hey, we're Wisconsin. Keep you warm.
That's true. It would come
I
in.
like
it would
it.
come in handy.
Yeah.
Be your
Then if he
little
dies, you can just
walking
make a nice
fireplace.
Arcanine fur rug.
Probably just it's like emanating warmth.
You're already prepping for the
I know, really.
I mean, if he's an Arcanine, he's
You're
almost
mad at-
gone anyway.
You're mad at me for enslaving, but you're like, oh yeah, when he dies, make a rug out of him. It'll look great.
Better yet, we could just kill him off and make carpets and sell them for money.
What's wrong with you?
See, the funny thing is, I'm not surprised by this at all because you are definitely the schemes guy. You're like, well, I'm going to buy this game and I'm going to sell it back and I'm going to make this money. And so
Exactly.
you'd be like, well, I'm
How
going
do
to
I
have this
profit off
Arcanine and I'm going to
Pokemon?
sell it because it's going to be like a heating rug and it's going to be great.
It's gonna be phenomenal.
I'm
More than
wavering
great.
between Houndour and
Ooh, that's a-
actually between three. Houndour. Oh crap! Why can't I think of his name?
could have Klefki.
Cubone.
Oh, nice.
So Houndour, Cubone, or Zorua, the little
Ooh, the
fox
fox.
thing before Zoroark. It would be cool to get like Ponyta or something, but he'd probably burn my house down.
Yeah.
So any of those Pokemon with like trailing
With like fire
elements,
constantly
whatever.
burning.
Yeah. So
A Klefki would be nice. Then you never lose your keys.
So you just attach
He's
your
the keychain.
That's
Again,
enslaving. You're enslaving.
enslaving the Pokemon.
He's a ghost. He's already dead. He's already had his
Shame
life.
on you.
So you're enslaving a dead Pokemon.
He's already lived his life to his fullest. Now he's a spirit serving me.
Wow.
What's wrong with
He's
you?
my keychain. Just
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
and it's like don't have to carry my keys. I'll just be like,
Oh, actually
snap
though,
with
also
you.
any of the birds, just so you could fly somewhere. That'd be
Oh,
sweet.
Dude, freaking
Like a
Pidgeot.
Noctowl. Ooh.
I still love the fact that that's my pet peeve. You can teach Pidgey fly, but you can't teach Charizard fly, at least in the original games.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
Smart, an old
a pet
Smart
shiny
video did that.
Charizard, freaking black Charizard hanging around you. People won't mess with you then.
Teach all the boys at school.
That'll teach the bullies.
I also never understood Dodrio could fly. Like how? What?
He
Wait, can he fly?
Yeah, you could teach it to fly.
What the frick?
That's
That's
silliness. That's
gonna
silliness.
just stick his
Run
head in the
real
ground.
fast.
That's
like
my
an
point.
ostrich
But
and
then
get out of here.
you can teach Pidgey, and Pidgey's like a foot by a foot. It's tiny.
You just
You
hold
just
on
like
to his
you
little
balance.
legs.
You hold on his leg. It just takes a lot longer.
Did you ever use a Game Shark to cheat?
No,
And what did you use it for?
I don't
to
cheat.
I used it to cheat.
Of course, Phil's the one who used the Game Shark.
So with the original games, I had a thing called a monster brain.
So it's a Game Shark.
It sounds well. It functions the same, but it wasn't a Game Shark. The brand was Monster, and it was a brain. I don't get why it was the way it
Way to
was.
sell it.
Yeah,
It was like Monster.
It was like Monster,
it's got
but brain. Yeah. So it functioned like a Game Shark, except you didn't need like codes. Like Game Shark, you had to like program with codes
Sure.
and stuff. But this just like basically let you edit your Pokemon. And so like
interesting.
I would beat the game first. I would like get through the first playthrough, but then I would just like create Pokemon. Like you could give any Pokemon any move you wanted. So I would just like make ridiculous Pokemon that like a Pokemon that shouldn't be able to fly, it just knows fly and different things like that because it was funny.
Magikarp.
Yeah,
Magic
and you could turn
Ball.
any of your items into other items and stuff. So I would just get like 999 Master Balls.
You're
and just,
playing
like,
God.
Yeah, basically I was playing God. Yeah,
Pokemon God.
I was a monster brain.
Monster.
So that was that, and then I used the Game Shark. I used Game Shark a lot with the 3rd gen Pokemon games. I never had one for the original games, but I used it on Ruby and Sapphire, and then on Emerald, and then on Fire Red, Leaf Green, and stuff.
Interesting.
Because there were some Pokemon that you couldn't get without. Like I would use the Game Shark to unlock like the Deoxys event or the Jirachi event, because you couldn't get them.
Yep.
Back in those days, it wasn't very easy to get event Pokemon.
could just walk over to GameStop and get your little QR card and
Yeah, it
scan
was
in.
really weird to do stuff back then.
Yep.
You actually had to bring your Game Boy to the store, and I was like, I'm not going into GameStop with my freaking Game Boy.
Just to
Like as a
stand
high
around.
schooler, I was
Yeah.
more like self-conscious about that. Now I'll just walk in and be like, hey, can I get a Pokemon code? But back then I was like, I'm not walking in there with my Game Boy and be like, can I get a Deoxys?
But then if
I
you think
want
about
my
it, yeah,
glasses.
like the self-consciousnness. But then you realize that like everyone is there for Pokemon.
Exactly.
too. Like,
Everybody
even
there
grown
is also doing the
people
same
older
thing.
than you.
But
I
I didn't
remember
have that same perspective.
Speaking of the Deoxys event, I totally remember like a childhood memory of just like we were talking about Pokemon Emerald, and I was saying like, oh, I missed the Deoxys event, and there was like this rumor going around that you could like still catch them without.
Yeah, you have to
the
touch
QR
that
code.
white moon rock outside of the Space Center.
Oh, I
and
definitely
it takes,
tried
like 30
that. I
days or
definitely
something.
tried
I
that.
definitely tried that too.
Didn't work.
Nothing.
That's pretty sad.
It's bogus.
That's why when Omega Sapphire or Alpha,
Omega Ruby and
Omega
Alpha
Ruby and Alpha, bleh.
Okay,
Those two games.
They finally gave you the option to actually.
Yeah,
get
you can
it.
catch Deoxys. I was so hyped because I was
That
like,
battle scene was amazing.
That's
It
pretty
was
dope.
fun.
Yeah, I do miss the intensity of catching Rayquaza from the original Ruby and Sapphire though.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
climbing
I
up
just-
that tower.
I totally
and
just
stuff.
stumbled upon him and
Yeah,
caught
you're
him
like,
and
what the frick is this?
What
You
is-
start
what-
climbing
what
up the
is
tower,
this?
and then there's a big, basically just looks like a
Green
pile of
thing.
turds. But
Oh
it's a
no!
lizard.
I want to go back because I think one of the questions actually, I was going to share that story of just like why.
which question was it?
It's something about like legendary Pokemon. I was going to talk about Rayquaza.
Favorite legendary?
Yeah.
Yeah, favorite legendary.
All right, wait. I want to hear
We should
Matt's
go-
answer for.
Yeah,
for
I was
Game
gonna,
Shark.
I was
So,
gonna
Matt, did
also
you ever
say
cheat?
one
Oh,
more
Game
thing
Shark?
that I used once I got like the DS, I used the action replay,
Mm.
and the only way to get
That's
Arceus
what it was.
in the fourth gen was Arceus.
Yes.
Yeah, the only way to get him, because they never actually released the event, was you had to use an action replay to get the flute, Azure flute.
for
Something.
Arceus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
It's
they never
magic
released
skateboard.
it through an actual event for some reason. They decided he would be too powerful.
Well, I think you could only get him in Japan or something like that, right? Like they did it in Japan once, and then after that they were like,
then
nah,
they were
never
in
again.
America, they never released it, but you could get the flute and then play the flute where it was supposed to be, and it would unlock the stairs to like climb up to the Heavens Tower or whatever.
Ooh.
So
Interesting.
I did that, and I'd also got the Dark Ryan
Cresselia?
Cresselia, events where you could like go to a different island and like catch them. I miss the days when they did freaking actual like events to get legendary Pokemon. Like you could go to cool islands and stuff.
Yeah.
Now they're just like, come to GameStop and get a code and type it in and go to talk to a guy in a Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
Like, how did
Yeah.
this random guy with an orange jacket get a Volcanion? Like, where the heck did he
Right.
get this crap?
He just like journeyed to the end
Yeah,
of the
he's
earth.
like, I journeyed to the ends of the earth.
I don't
for
really
this.
need it anymore. Here you go.
I'm good. Here's your shiny Yveltal that
Those-
I went.
No, I
Those are
lost a
the-
limb, couple fingers, but
Yeah.
Fine, you can have it.
Those are the unsung heroes of the Pokemon universe, just catching
The
the,
orange
legendaries
jacket
and
guys.
just
and they
hanging out
stand
to
there
them.
forever until you
Yep,
take it too.
yep.
Like, I'll sign on 3 months later, and he's like, "Hey, I got 6 Pokemon for you."
And you're like, did you just hang out here?
He's like, "Yeah, everything's
Yeah,
fine."
pretty
yeah,
much.
haven't showered, haven't.
I haven't even
changed.
gotten to go to the doctor yet.
I love my life.
wounds are infected.
So
you can go into the
So I didn't Game Shark until only in Diamond, and it was Action Replay now that you say it.
Mm-hmm.
But after like 600 hours of IV and EV training, I was just
600 hours.
Yeah,
Is that what I
what
heard?
it takes.
That's
what you got. That's what you got to do if you want to get in.
Master level.
me and my buddy just did not Battle Tree, it was the Battle Tower, and it was just like, again, at the event Pokemon and just getting like whatever Pokemon we wanted. We were sick of doing it, so we were just like, let's hack everyone. Then we could play with whatever we want.
Hey,
That's about it.
Hacking's fun as long as you don't do it like competitively online like people do.
yeah.
And ruin
That's
for
why.
everybody.
That's why I never got into the competitive Pokemon scene because I just I don't know anything, but
Yeah.
also I don't feel like.
I
dealing
mean,
with
it's
that.
kind of their fault for making it not very transparent, so people
Yeah.
like feel the need to hack it, but so it like
Yeah.
makes it even worse. But.
Sure. Cool. Next question. What was the first Pokemon game you ever played, and then what is your favorite one out of the 7 gens?
The big one. That's not a version.
Everyone just froze instantly.
Well, I know the answer, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
wanted
it's
to.
easy.
Yeah, I don't know how would. You should just like pick somebody every time to start.
Yeah.
I'll start this time. My
Oh.
all-time favorite is,
Wow, okay.
I think, I'll say Ruby. I think Emerald is kind of up there. Like even like, I think, and not even Omega Ruby. I think the original Ruby and Emeralds and Sapphire games were like some of my fave. Just
Very
like
good.
the whole world. I really liked I remember when I was playing it as a kid, the whole Team Magma and Team Aqua thing was super dope. Like the whole like the world's literally gonna end and everything's freaking out and you couldn't do stuff at certain points because like the sun was too hot or the water was too high or things like that. So those are my two favorite.
Finally had a running too.
My first Pokemon game, I think it actually was Ruby and Sapphire because we had a weird thing where we didn't have Pokemon when the original we had
When the
played
original
them
ones
and
came
knew,
out, yeah.
when like Red and Blue and Silver and Gold came out. I think I played those later. And I didn't even beat those.
We just like borrowed them from friends. At
Yeah,
a
I
couple
just played them for a
occasions.
little bit, and then I skipped around like way ahead. So it's been all over the place. But yeah, so those are
Yeah.
definitely my faves. So Matthew,
First game was Blue. Good old
Nice.
Blue.
The OG.
Yup.
Me and my brother got Game Boys at the same time. First games were, I got Blue, he got Yellow. That was the best. But favorite game then was Silver. Just like the
Ooh.
double continent.
oh, that's a tough
The
second.
double.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was-
beat the
second.
double continent.
I know,
That's
it's
like-
and then that's when he introduced breeding. In general, that's by far my favorite. So.
That's a close second for me. Yeah,
It's good. Going back to Kanto was so fun.
Yeah.
And seeing how things changed.
Oh yeah,
Hashtag
and then
Nintendo.
fighting Ash or Red
Oh,
at
Red.
the very end.
Yes.
I never got to the point where I could
Yep.
actually beat him.
Oh really?
I never got good enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got to him in Heart Gold, but
Yeah.
it was just too much.
That's
I actually,
Snorlax.
Level 90
Oh.
Pikachu or
yeah,
something. It's like,
I can
what?
share that story, but if you wanted to,
Yeah, go for
choose
it.
Okay, I'll just go for mine. So first game was Sapphire because I think you were on the right track when we first. I have a very vivid memory of us going to our grandma's house. And like I don't know if she had bought them or if it was our birthday or
I
someone's
think it was
birthday.
Christmas. I want to say.
Was it Christmas?
I want to say it was Christmas.
Okay. I just remember seeing on the table, she was like, I got something for you boys. And it was like, I just remember seeing the boxed. Yeah, exactly. Just Halo and angel particles flying everywhere. And it was like a box, the whole brand new copy of Sapphire. And I was just like, this is my Pokemon game. This is my first game. So that was really fun. Favorite is definitely Emerald. Heart Gold is a very, very close, Heart Gold is a very, very close second. Because the double continent thing is like still just one of the best Pokemon formulas ever used in a game. But Emerald has a huge, huge nostalgia value for me. And it basically takes all the good of Ruby and Sapphire and puts them into one game. And on top of that, too, Rayquaza is one of my favorite legendaries. And also the Battle Frontier. I plugged in a ton of hours into that
I never
when
got
I got
good
to
at
that point. So,
Never do it.
yeah.
Philip.
Philly D.
My first game was also Pokemon Blue.
Nice.
I can distinctly remember. I think I was probably 7,
I think that's my age too.
like 1999, 2000.
Dude, that's
It
crazy.
was
That's like, is that almost 20 years ago? Because how old are you?
25.
24.
25. So it's just shy of 20 years ago.
Yeah.
2 decades.
Yeah.
And
That's
look where we
wild.
are now. We're
And
just
here
sitting
we
in the
are.
room talking about
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Talking
Playing
about the good old
Pokies.
days.
I can remember in my mind, I was a child, so like in my mind it's all meshed together. But I remember going to Best Buy and like looking. I had no idea what a Game Boy was, but like I remember seeing like the Game Boy Colors and Pokemon games at Best Buy like on display, and like telling my mom I wanted it. I don't know why, but
Just felt
it
like
looked
it looks
cool.
good.
Like,
You see
Blastoise looked
Blastoise.
sweet.
You see
Yeah, I
this
saw
giant turtle
Blastoise.
with cannons on his back.
Yeah, I
You're
was like, I want that.
yes,
And then
please.
I remember for Christmas I got Pokemon Blue and the lime green Game Boy Color.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And yeah, my funniest memory with that is I could not figure out how to get out of the house at the beginning.
Are you
Because
serious?
like I was a 7-year-old, so like the mechanic of like exiting houses, that was my first video game I ever played. Basically, was
That's
Pokemon
hilarious.
Blue. So like the concept of walking towards that dark space outside of your house didn't register, and so I was like walking around. I was like, I have no idea where to go. And then I remember like I didn't play it for a while, and then I went to school one day and I came back and my mom had gotten to like the 4th gym or something.
Your
And I
mom
was
had picked
mad.
it up?
Yeah, I was like, you played the whole game? Like, what the heck? So I was like in Celadon City already and
That's
whatever.
so awesome. Oh, there's two. All right, two things I wanted to share if that's okay.
Jump in.
Quick,
All right,
yeah.
real quick.
Or sorry, I didn't mean to say quick.
You're not the host. You're not the host.
You're getting the host in.
Sit
I still have to say
down.
what my favorite game is. That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, just say it.
Pocket it. Yeah.
I was gonna say Emerald as well. Because I
Really?
remember, yeah.
Huh.
I thought you were going
That
to say
surprises
like silver or crystal, I thought. Was your favorite?
Crystal was one of my favorites, but I liked I can like I have more memories with Emerald. Just
Yeah.
like sitting there. I remember like I think I put like 6 or 7 hours in just trying to catch a Wailord. For some reason, I didn't register that you could just evolve a Wailmer into a Wailord. So I like was down there by Rayquaza's tower in like the one. It was like a patch of land like this big, and I was just sitting there like.
Yep.
I did that for like a couple hours, and I finally caught him, and I just like distinctly remember that. And like trying to catch freaking Kyogre and stuff was just like.
Oh, yes.
And then all the Reggies too. I remember like spending hours trying to catch Registeel because he would just be on the lowest health, sleeping, and like he would just pop out without even shaking with an Ultra Ball. And it was like I just remember spending so many hours.
There's just good memory. Yeah, good moments in that game.
There's so much stuff going on, and the story is fun, and yeah.
I wanted to share like one awesome thing that happened because you reminded me just like with people, the Pokemon, whenever you have Pokemon, it just forms a community somehow. Because I remember we had a neighbor, our friend Seth.
Yep.
And I was like 5 years old when I was playing Sapphire. And he was like, oh, I think I can like help you out in your game if you want. And he traded with his other friends who just got Ruby and Sapphire. And I got all 3 starters.
Oh, I
And being a
definitely
5
remember that. Yeah.
Being a 5-year-old, it didn't really register. But I remember you being like, what? You have all 3 of them? And I was like, yeah,
Like,
Seth gave them to me."
sucker.
Yeah, exactly. The one story, because you reminded me of facing Red and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Matt. So when you're climbing Mount Silver in Heart Gold, I didn't even know you could fight Red in Heart Gold and Soul Silver at the time. And I was literally just trying to catch a Moltres, and I caught him. And I was just like, oh, you can go up even more. And I remember going up to the top spot, and then the music just stops. I was
Silence.
like, this is really weird. And then I walked up.
It's just like a straight path up
Yep.
too, and you're just
And
like,
I walked up the stairs, and like I saw this sprite, and it looked like one of the fisherman sprites, like from the back, because it's like the red hat and stuff. And I was like, why is there a fisherman up here?
That's great.
And then I remember, oh my gosh, that
you
was
see
like,
that Pikachu, and you're just like, oh.
no, I remember because like at first, like I even talked to him, and it just said ... and I was like, who? And then it just like, doom, and it's played the music, and then it just says Trainer Red wants battle. I was like, uh-oh.
What did I stumble
Because I had
into?
like a tear. I was just like, I think I was using like one of my 2nd tier or 3rd tier teams.
Out pops that level 85 Snorlax. You're like, oh.
Yeah, you're like,
over.
okay, all right, I'll just
Snorlax
walk
will
out.
crush you if you don't have a good fight.
You're like trying to press run, hoping it'll just let you run away.
Let me
run.
get away.
There's no running from a trap. I was like, but I want to. That was
Dope.
a fun story.
Nice. Which of the games, so building off favorite games, which is the best remake in your opinion? Fire Red and Leaf Green, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire?
Heart Gold.
Yep.
I would
Same.
I would actually agree.
Yeah.
It was weird though. They like switched Silver, like all the exclusive Pokemon were then in Heart Gold. And like,
Oh,
I mean,
I
it's not a
actually
big
didn't know
deal,
that,
but
yeah.
yeah, it's like
It's like
they
a
like
weird
flip flopped them.
transition.
It was like
Flip
kind of
them.
interesting that way. Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, same Heart Gold.
I thought I liked Fire Red and Leaf Green, and I liked Heart Gold and Soul Silver because the double continent thing, plus like all the new mechanics and stuff. I think I was like slightly disappointed by Omega Ruby and Omega Sapphire because they like left out the Battle Frontier and stuff. They like made it seem like they were gonna do some more stuff.
Yeah, that
but
was
it's like they kind of just left us hanging with it a little bit.
I think it's weird,
But it was
because
fun.
They
It seemed
updated it
like-
so much, and I think I really just wanted the old. I literally just wanted a carbon copy
Yeah.
3D version of the old game.
Yeah.
where it was just like the random stuff that. Because I remember, I think that's why Ruby and Emerald are my faves. Is I literally accidentally found Rayquaza completely. on
Yeah,
accident. I was
yeah.
goofing off in the wave things, and then I got bumped into that tower, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" And I walked up and I was like, there's a bunch of dust clops and stuff. Like, what is this? This is okay. Like, let's just keep climbing. And made it to the top and it was like,
Uh-oh.
what? You know, who is that? And so, and then the same thing with like the Reggies. I just accidentally stumbled into their caves, and you know, like the little thing would happen, and they'd show up, and so I think I was missing that from the remakes of like that kind of, because even with like Deoxys, I wish they would have done something like that instead of this.
It was less mysterious and more story driven.
Mega Evolution.
I did
thing.
like episode Delta a lot though.
Yeah, it was super
really,
cool.
really
Yeah, that
good.
was
yeah,
fun.
I was a big fan of. I think I just miss the. I think it's weird. It's like a thing with like newer games. I feel like in general that they don't give you as much. Holy crap! This just happened. Like I just found this. Like it's kind
It
of
could
like
just be that we're older too.
yeah.
So we kind of we can look online and find how to do certain things. If we
That's what I
want.
do.
Yeah.
Go on that
So we
Saturday.
like maybe spoil it ourselves too much instead
But
of stumbling into
I do
stuff.
feel like especially the newest game, like they like lay it out so linearly for you. Like
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah,
is like
exactly.
surprising.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's very simplistic, and I think that's what I was going to say with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is, in terms of the nostalgia value. I remember us picking it up. We literally, a fun story is that I think it was my senior year of high school.
Something like,
I remember you going to do
yeah.
that, and I was so
Yep.
jealous that I couldn't.
literally-
'cause I couldn't come for some reason.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Matt's never heard the story. Basically, I like asked permission from my mom to like take a half day off of school because Josh was coming to visit, but like Pokemon was also coming out that day, and like I think it was also the nice add-on bonus is that you hadn't talked with them in a while, so then you were like, oh, like I really want to do this with Zach, and you were
We haven't hung out in a bit.
We haven't hung out in a
Like
while.
played the like
Really?
Lay it on
Yeah.
thick.
yeah
played it on-
exactly
yeah, the brotherly love thing.
and I remember mom just being like
whatever,
fine, just you know, make sure you get your homework done. And basically I took a half day on Friday and tell people like I'm going to get Pokemon with my bro.
Doesn't even like try to hide it.
That's
Like,
awesome.
Yep, I'm out.
No, I said like you were just coming to visit and stuff, but I
Mhm.
did say we were specifically leaving so that we could go get
Yep.
Pokemon.
Yep.
And
dope.
so for nostalgia's sake, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it was really, really cool seeing like our childhood game like reimagined like that.
Oh, absolutely. They were fun.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that was just mind blowing. Being like, oh, this is so cool seeing like this remaster like that. But it was also had the Sun and Moon problem, like Matt was saying. Is this just it was so much easier than the originals, and I think I wish it had the difficulty of the original because I felt like it just was much easier. So
Yeah.
Random question about those generations. Did you guys ever get like the Mirage Island to appear? Do you know what that is?
What was Mirage
I know
Island?
I've heard
So
of
it-
it. I never
so
got it
it's
to
on
appear
there.
though.
In that island city, down by where you activate the Reggies or whatever.
Yes, there's like the floating.
There's the floating bridges and stuff.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a guy there you can talk to, and he'll say like, "Oh, today I'm seeing something out
Oh,
there."
yeah.
And you can go out there, and basically there's a tree with like rare berries on it, and then you can catch why not there or something like that. And I could never get it out. Like I would always go to him every day and like talk to him, but it like never showed up.
That's weird.
So I never got it to appear.
it's crazy.
Probably because I just wasn't patient enough. But I was I was always wanting it to happen just because it was like mysterious.
dial, loosen it, and then pull it.
Oh, okay. That'll work.
Sorry, I need to get another mic stand. That's not the same one that you've been struggling with, but
Mine's been
It'll
behaving.
be fine. It'll be fine.
Just
Yeah.
waving your head all around.
Oh, I see.
Whoa.
Wave it all around.
Yeah, I'll just crank it.
Baby, I can't keep you down.
I wanna be the very best.
All right, we're
And
done.
no one ever was. Oh, we're just gonna end it there.
I was just doing
Okay.
something to fill the dead space.
favorite legendary.
Rayquaza.
Wow, that was quick.
Can I just start right now?
What was that? Was that the sound of your favorite
Do
legendary?
mythic Pokemon count as legendaries?
What's a mythic?
Ooh.
Mythic?
Like Mew, Celebi.
Yeah,
Oh, I was
actually,
gonna
yeah,
say
I
so.
would say
Yeah.
Celebi. Interesting. That's an interesting choice.
I like Celebi because of like the lore behind it, or like
The
Interesting.
time travel.
the time travel stuff.
Sure.
Oh, I actually don't know about the.
Have you
lore.
ever seen
You
the
get
movie?
to see that your rival in the second gen is actually like Giovanni's son.
Because of Celebi.
Whoa.
Like the
Oh, I knew.
red-haired dude?
Yeah, I remember
There's so
seeing-
many cool things
That's
like
right.
that. Little
That
Easter
is pretty
eggs.
cool. I do remember that. Like I remember that aspect, but I didn't realize Celebi was.
We
the
never
one
got that event though in America. I don't think.
No, I just looked it up.
Yeah, there was like an
cool.
event where you could like go to the shrine in Ilex Forest, and like Celebi would take you back in time and like reveal to you that your rival is like all these things. But we never got that, so it was kind of like the mystery's gone. But
Yeah,
Celebi's cool.
Celebi sounds
That's your
cool.
favorite legendary, Celebi?
Tie between that and then like Darkrai was also one up there.
Ooh,
But yeah,
why
those are
Darkrai?
like the two.
Why Darkrai?
He's got that one move that just puts both opponents to sleep if you're in double battles,
Oh,
and then he
yeah.
does damage to sleeping opponents. So it's just so like wait,
Just so OP.
Ghost Pokemon are savage
pretty sure
that
that's
way.
Yeah.
banned though in like, competitive play. So
I'd believe it.
That doesn't sound surprising.
Yveltal has it's like what's the one move that he?
Oh, his one
makes-
wing move that
Yeah,
drains.
it's like Oblivion Wing. I think.
Yeah.
It's like jacks up your HP when you hit it, and when you land a hit, and then you get like 75% of your HP back, and then it usually does enough damage that it's like another
Knocks him
hit
out.
or it's a one hit KO. So it's
ridiculous.
pretty dirty.
Oh,
would have
for Rayquaza.
Oh,
Sorry. Did
No,
you
you
want to? All right. Okay. Mr. Host, coming here.
all right.
I'm the host. Gosh.
Well, honestly, it's pretty much the same story as you in
Mm-hmm.
terms of like just running into Rayquaza and just being like mesmerized. I think my whole thing as a kid is the way I put it together is that like Kyogre and Groudon are established as like just these two almost like warring, like forces and stuff of nature, and they're just like all powerful. But then you have this dragon that literally like you have to summon so that they calm down, and you're like, he's the one, like he's the like you're seeing all this power struggle, but then
Yeah.
you see the dude that's like really in charge. And I remember registering that as like that's my Pokemon. Like I caught that thing. I caught the thing that saved the world. And
I like how they made that more evident in the new ones too.
in Omega Ruby,
Like
and Alpha
that
Sapphire.
Rayquaza is a balancing force between the two,
Yeah.
sort of thing. Like he's the one kind of like staving off the crazy
the crazy
primal Pokemon. Yeah.
I think that's why I also like those games so much too. Is I felt like it was a very simple story, but it wasn't. It's like there's like a depth to it.
It wasn't like
in
black
that-
and white level.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
It
don't
added
get
like
me
lore
started.
to it a little bit.
Yeah,
You,
it
did,
was-
you
you
didn't like the
understood
black
it.
and white story?
no,
then?
that was my least favorite of all the games.
Really, I
Yeah.
actually kind of enjoyed black. Well, white has a special place in my heart because that was the game we
There
got.
is a
once.
whole bunch of stories.
There's a
behind
whole
it.
Yeah,
story.
you
that,
guys
but-
a whole thing.
You guys get all of it.
You got a
Long
whole
story
thing.
short, we were banned from Pokemon
For a while,
period of
because we
time.
were super stoked on it to an unhealthy
Super
level.
stoked on it.
I'm gonna put it that way.
Super addicted.
That
Yeah.
makes the people who banned you from it sound bad.
Yeah, true.
We were super excited about it, and they hated that.
And they hated it.
AKA my parents.
The parents.
One of my parents. Philip.
I got really close there.
Uh,
I'm lost. I think my story is similar to yours, but in blue, I remember stumbling upon Mewtwo in that cave.
That's dope.
So, and that Pokemon was like that was in the days where your ball could literally miss. It wasn't like you throw
yeah.
it gets in the ball and it misses. Like it was like no, you don't even have a chance. It would just be like
Your
your
missed.
Pokemon dodged the Pokeball. Like what the frick?
they
I
could
remember-
move.
Yeah, I remember wasting like 70 Ultra Balls on that
Oh,
thing, and he'd be like down, and he's got recover, so he keeps healing himself. But I remember stumbling on him and just being like, "What the heck?"
I need
Because you
this
can also
dude.
catch
Yeah.
Chansey in that cave and stuff, and I was like, "What is this mysterious cave where you can catch all these rare Pokemon just like willy nilly?"
Willy-nilly.
Yeah, so
That'd be a
that-
great Pokemon.
So for that reason, I like
Willy-nilly.
Mewtwo. Otherwise, I like Mew because he's just so cute and mysterious.
Dope.
Nice.
I would say it's
That's what
a
you
tie.
like in your Pokemon.
Cute and mysterious.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He can learn any
Slaves.
move as well, any
What?
TM.
He can, yeah.
I would say it's a tie between. I would say Lugia tops out,
Ooh,
but I would say it's a tie between Lugia and Groudon. I always loved the like
Groudon.
You were always a Groudon
semi-dragon,
fan.
semi-lizard vibe of Groudon, but then I loved. There's something about Lugia's design that is just like, just so cool to me.
Plus that
Just-
movie.
I was gonna say movie
Yeah.
the
Pokemon
second
2000.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
all
the
the
Pokemon
birds.
Center, the Nintendo's official Pokemon shop. They have the sickest Lugia T-shirt. It's like
Really?
it's literally like an old royal emblem, and like Lugia is like flying, and its tail's wrapped around the crest and stuff. It's so sick.
Dude, Pokemon Center
Dude,
has some
they have
good
some.
stuff.
If you're a
Yeah.
huge Pokemon
Yeah.
fan, check out the Pokemon Center online. They have
Yeah, they
even
got
if you
some
just
dope
want
stuff.
like a mug, they have some sick things. They have a Marowak, a Alolan Marowak snapback that's black and purple.
does it have like the tribal looking like
yeah,
symbol?
Yeah,
Dude,
That's
I love
pretty
it.
dope.
I've seen
It's
some
sick.
sweet tanks on Redbubble with that symbol on
I
it.
actually got to go to. Well, you know this. I don't know if you two know this. When I went to Japan, I went to Japan for a while,
Oh, sweet.
and I visited the Pokemon Center like 3 or 4 times.
Gosh.
There, and it is like it was heaven. I literally, my friends and I, actually, I planned to go with 2 other friends. Like I think the next week. But then two of my other friends I was walking home with, like we were in the mall where the Pokemon Center was, and one of my friends was like, "Oh, let's go check it out." I was like, "No, I promised, so and so I'd wait." But then I start like hearing the music because it was Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, so they were like playing the music of my childhood in the store, and I was like,
Must go in.
Okay. Yeah, like that SpongeBob episode. Like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. And what did I buy from there? I bought a ton of stuff. They had really cool. I think they're only like $3 or $4 a piece, but like these little, almost like 1-inch figures of like almost all the Pokemon. So I got like all the Hoenn starters. So I have little figures of those sitting on my desk. I got a little Pikachu that like it's like these stuffed Pikachus, but they have like hoodies of different Mega Pokemon. So it's like Pikachu, but he's got like a hoodie of Mega Lucario.
Oh, like the cosplay Pikachu.
Yeah, like cosplay Pikachu.
Those are cool. Super cute too.
Love it.
Sick.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
Favorite starter Pokemon? You got 7 gens to choose from too. That's killer.
Should we do like
21.
each gen? We could do that.
Just for the sake of time, because we still got to do that quiz. Let's do favorite from like
Just
out of
all
all
time.
of them. What's your
That
favorite?
way it's
one?
very selective.
Maybe pick 2.
Yeah, I'll say 2, or maybe you can do one from each
late.
element.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
So 1 fire, 1 grass, 1 water.
Grass is trash, so I refuse.
What? The Rowlet, the newest one?
Yeah,
That's the best.
Grass
in all
is trash.
honesty, probably my grass would be Rowlet because that was the
Yeah,
first.
I would agree.
That's literally the
Yep.
first grass Pokemon that I've
Maybe
ever played
Snivy.
with. in my
Snivy
life.
was I did
Snivy
Snivy
also,
in black
yeah.
and white.
Nope.
I didn't want the pig.
I
or
refuse to
the-
play with grass Pokemon.
Jeez.
Not
They're
not
garbage.
Chespin.
What?
Chespin.
Chespin. Dude,
Garbage.
Chespin.
Trash.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
like Chespin either.
Bulbasaur.
I'm sorry, we can't be
Bulbasaur.
friends.
I
We
got
can't be friends.
Bulbasaur, but
What?
Did you go
Bulbasaur's good.
I like
I wanna
Bulbasaur just because of his like Gen 1 cred. But other than that, I refuse to acknowledge that grass Pokemon and bug Pokemon are like a real thing.
Well, they are. They
are, but I refuse to
They're
acknowledge
an
it.
oppressed Pokemon
They're
group.
oppressed.
They are
You have to
probably.
love them.
And I am intentionally
They love-
impressing them.
They are the weakest.
How dare you.
technically.
are they?
Since I'm
So
already
I mean,
talking, I would
don't they have
pick
the most
Rowlet
weaknesses?
for
Rowlet.
grass,
Yes.
Mudkip for water.
I would.
Squirtle's
yeah.
a very close second, but Mudkip
Okay.
like turns into Swampert, so
Mhm.
that muddy water though.
Muddy water.
Muddy water. Fire. Oh, I feel like you gotta pick Charmander, but
Cyndaquil. Torchic.
They're all so.
I do like
Yeah, there's some
Cyndaquil.
good
Blaziken.
ones.
I had level 100 Blaziken I could beat the league with just one freaking Blaziken.
I remember one of the times I beat the
Sky
Elite
Uppercut.
Four.
Oh.
Zach had a
Oh.
level 100 Blaziken. I
Yep.
was like, dude, I need to beat the Elite Four. I want to just get it over with. Can I borrow your Blaziken? So
Yep,
literally,
yep.
we traded for like a half hour. I just ran it through, and I was like, okay, thanks.
And it learned Sky Uppercut, and it was literally like
One hit KO the
It was a
entire
one
league.
hit KO on
Yep.
every single Pokemon.
Yep.
I ran
That move
into.
was just it
It was the most dirty,
nuts.
wonderful move.
I don't think
loved
I
it.
can pick Torchic though because it's the same gen as Mudkip. That's the rule.
I know, that makes
I'm
it kinda
imposing on
difficult, is
myself,
like,
yeah. I'm gonna
doing
go
it
with
with the gen.
Charmander just
Okay.
because I like Charizard.
What would you say, Matt? I'm still trying to decide.
Yeah, I'd say like Rowlet for the grass, and then probably just it's Squirtle and Charmander. Though fire is hard because I feel like fire's my favorite
Trying to
in
be sneaky.
fire's my favorite in like typical starters. So
Sure.
probably like Charmander, Chimchar, Torchic, the fox from
Fennekin.
Fennekin.
I just
wasn't a
hated
fan of
Delphox. That was the only.
yeah.
Like, the final form
once
I
it got to
wasn't
the
a fan.
finals,
Just
wasn't
looked
so
weird.
great.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the
And you didn't get Greninja then.
two-leg
You're
fire
like
Pokemon.
missing out on the
Yeah.
frog. But yeah, those probably.
Okay.
Imperial or whatever.
Imperial.
Embor.
From Sun and Moon. Is
Oh,
pretty
Ember.
dope.
No, not Ember.
Or the Rowlet. Or no,
Litten.
not Rowlet. Litten. Litten's final form.
is it
Incineroar?
Incineroar?
or
I
something.
I played with him my second time through. I got all 3 starters.
Yeah.
I'm
Those
debating
3
on who-
starters
Beginning.
together like crush everything in their
Yep.
path.
That's what I
Because
did.
you
they
got the
got, like-
fairy and the dark and ghost and everything.
Yep.
Double types.
But if you just pick
crazy.
one, then it's like a little bit harder.
That's
Yeah.
what I did. I remember because you were like, you can do it if you want to, like tempting me, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna stick with one.
Yeah, because we would whenever we
behind
get the
me,
new game,
Satan.
we'd always do the like
Just restart
trade and
6
reset.
times?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically between the two of us and get all the starters. Did you go?
No,
Go for it.
I did not. Okay, Squirtle, I would probably say is number 1. It's really tough because I really liked Poplio, actually. I remember when
Which one's Popplio?
that's no, not Poplio?
Piplup?
No,
Piplup.
No, it's Poplio.
yeah, Poplio.
The
Which-
seal-
Alola,
the new
seal.
one.
Oh, the
Okay,
seal,
yeah, yeah.
Alola. I really liked the design, even though it was more like feminine. It was kind of just this like, the graceful water creature, and I'm a huge.
It works well for the fairy type.
Exactly, and it fits like the theming too. That's why I loved Sun so much, is because it just was Sun and Moon
Oh,
were just themed
Those
around.
Pokemon were themed very well. To
Yeah,
to
I
the
really
region.
enjoyed that. But that's Poplio is a very close second to Squirtle, and I'm just like how Matt said he's a fire type. I'm a huge water type. Like any water type, I'll usually choose. For Leaf, Trico, definitely from Holland.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
baby.
I did play as Trico, so I
Skeptile.
Skeptile was
liar.
really, really
I
awesome.
admit-
Hypocrite. Can't take it back.
Yeah,
It's
you
already been said.
you were bashing on every grass type. You're like, well, actually,
Shame on you.
Trico's alright, Bulbasaur's alright,
Trico's
Rowlet's
alright.
alright.
trash.
My Rowlet's name was Oliver.
Oh.
Like Oliver. The
I
green
get
arrow-
it. I
green
got
arrow,
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very
So
clever, yeah.
creative. And you're like, you're showing your friends, like, his name's
Oliver.
I'm clever.
I was really excited. I like thought of that name like a week before it came out. I was really
I did.
excited.
Really?
I definitely did that for all the starters.
Didn't you do like John Cena or something?
I did.
or-
No. So for Incineroar, I did Randy Savage. For Rowlet, I did Clint Barton, which is Hawkeye's name for the Marvel. And then I forgot what I did for Poplio. I can't remember, but I like named.
I think
all
I named
my,
it like Katy
my like
Perry or
main
something like
my
that.
main
Jeez.
or Lady Gaga.
my main
Some
party
woman.
was my main party. I named like all clever names or something, or I did try to do something funny. I'll have to go back and look because
That game was very nice for that.
Yeah.
Like all of my Pokemon, I like would come up with a name like immediately. It was like,
Yeah,
these
I
Pokemon
think
are
that was
so
the
fun.
first Sun and Moon were the first games I actually wanted to like nickname my Pokemon.
Yeah, I never
stuff.
did that,
There was-
but
it
this
was
game
just something
I
funny
literally
about it.
nicknamed every one of
Yeah,
them. It was so fun.
Definitely.
And Evan was like there too, so sometimes I'd be like, "Hey, what would you call this?" And she would like give me a nickname for it.
Bird.
and I'd do it. Yeah. Bird.
Fish.
Fire lizard.
Dog.
Dog.
I would say Mudkip.
Oh, wait, fire
Cyndaquil.
type.
Oh, fire type. Go for it.
Probably, sorry, Cyndaquil. I'd probably
Cyndaquil?
say.
Nice.
I
Cyndaquil's
like
good.
I like the other ones and all the other gens too, but I think because Torchic would be my fire type, but I don't want to do same gen, so I think Cyndaquil would be the runner up.
Cool.
So
I'm gonna go Rowlet for grass, Mudkip, and Cyndaquil. Mudkip Swampert is still one of my favorite final evolutions for a starter. So
Love
he
me
was
some
whenever I
Swampert.
played Rupert.
Yeah.
Rupert. At least it wasn't Skeeter.
oh my gosh.
Hey, that was close.
We
It
were
was
talking
funny.
about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and we were like, okay, what was the rat like their master?
They were like trying to test me
Okay,
to test if I was a real fan.
What is the name of the rat from Teenage Mutant Ninja
Master
Turtles?
Skinner, right?
Skinner.
What is it? I don't know.
Oh no!
See, because you said Skeeter makes me think. What is it?
Doesn't Skeeter sound like kind of like?
All right, give another shot. Give another shot.
Principal Skinner.
Superintendent Chalmers.
No. The minute you say it, though, I'm gonna be like, oh, duh.
It's Skeeter.
Splinter, Master Splinter
The rat?
from Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
For Ninja Turtles.
Splinter. Yeah, that is it.
Skinner.
Ah, man.
See, I am not.
because
I
he
am
had
not alone.
Skeeter. I was
No,
like,
you corrupted his mind with your ignorance.
I wouldn't have had it though. To be honest, I would have completely just not known.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's easy.
Oh gosh, that's almost better. I think that's funnier than Skeeter because it's Skinner.
Skinner.
So all I think is Master Splinter as Principal Skinner. It's just like
Oh my gosh.
Whoops.
All right,
Angelo.
Michelangelo Leonardo. Please report to the office.
That's fantastic.
Oh gosh.
It's great.
We'll kind of skip ahead. There's a few questions that I'm cutting out because they're kind of technical and they might take
Sorry, Jake.
some time. So we're gonna skip ahead.
Lansing
Sorry,
still sucks.
sorry,
When,
Cakes.
when we get Jacob
Such
on the
ad.
podcast
Yeah, we'll
someday,
have him
we'll get him to
elaborate.
ask him.
Favorite generation. Three.
Number
for you.
3.
It's
Yeah.
basically like the same as favorite game.
I was gonna say
2 or 3. I don't know though. Cause
Are we talking
actually,
Pokemon or game? Like favorite Pokemon?
That's a good question.
Like favorite generation of Pokemon?
I think
Oh,
like
that's
straight generation because I know
because
like
that seems like favorite game.
I would so I think the clarification is so technically you could say my favorite gen is Gen 7 with like Sun and Moon, but it has like almost basically every Pokemon that ever has existed. But then like Gen 2 I would say Gen 2 has the majority of my favorites of like just out of
Yeah,
all
you're talking like
generations.
Pokemon that they introduced.
Yes, like the generation that introduced certain Pokemon. So how like Ruby had its, its specific ones that came from that. It wasn't from Gen 2 that were put into that
Yeah.
game. So
I-
same favorite game.
My turn?
Now I'm just looking at you.
Favorite generation? I'm gonna be that guy and say 1.
Yeah,
One.
same.
I think-
Interesting.
The OG.
I'd say
I
2.
wouldn't argue that the Pokemon were the best, like the best designs
Mankey.
of all times, but I would argue that they're the
Ekans.
originals, so you have nothing to compare them to other than things that came afterwards. So it's kind of like even if they're not the best, they're the originals. So it's
Sure.
like
Oh, okay.
it holds a special place in my heart because they're they're what started everything that we love.
So similar to like how you like 3 so much because I was like your first, I like didn't play the 3rd gen at all. So then when I restarted Pokemon with 4th gen, like
Yeah.
Diamond, that's why I have 800 hours in it. It's because like I don't know, it was like the rebirth of my
Rebirth of your
Pokemon
Pokemon
career.
passion, yeah.
Yeah,
What
so
was
that
it
like 4th has a special place in my heart. too.
Nice.
Honestly, 4th is like my least favorite gen.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
ultimately it's not. 5th I just hate, but ultimately
Yeah, Gen
4th
5
wasn't
was
so
the-
great
I
either.
Give or take.
I liked 5. I
After
enjoyed
the-
I enjoyed the world of 5 a lot, and I actually did
Is that
kind
black
of
and
enjoy the
white?
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the world of 5. I just don't remember any of the Pokemon really. Is that the
Trubbish was in that
the
one, so.
Trubbish? See, I like Trubbish. From a philosophical perspective, it makes sense.
I want.
Philosophical
Oh my
perspective,
gosh! How
it
dare
makes
you?
sense.
I'm gonna have you literally for the website. I'm gonna have you write a blog post about the importance of Trubbish in.
That-
in
I
Pokemon
will do
Gen
Make
that.
a
Like an
philosophical-
essay.
I will make a philosophical
like an
argument
essay.
of why
We need
Trubbish,
Trubbish in
and
Pokemon.
Skuntank exist in Pokemon Gen 5.
I would love to read
Well,
that.
Skuntank
I
was
would absolutely
4.
read that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then my argument is moot. I am trash.
Case
I
dismissed.
am Trubbish.
I am trash.
I am
That's why I
Trubbish.
like Trubbish so much
I
because
am
he is me
Trubbish.
and I am him.
I am trash.
He is
He is
I.
trash.
Gen 2. I love Lugia. I love the starters. I love just like there's so many that snuck in there. I think because that was when they introduced Scizor as Scythers. Scyther's probably one of my favorite Pokemon ever.
Yeah.
Good book.
And so Scizor was when he got introduced. And that was
Steelix,
pretty
my
cool.
boy.
Steelix.
Yeah, Gen 3. I think it just had so many that, like, every time I would fight a trainer, they would just have this Pokemon where I was like, how did they... Yeah, I
need that.
I need that. Where did you get that?
Yep.
I remember the one that took me away the most was when you fight Steven. Because Steven is still, like, my favorite champion that you go against, and he has Metagross. I was like, he is my, I think, second favorite Pokemon, I would say. And it... Because I was just so, like... It was his, you know, his kind of, like, last resort Pokemon, and you're just like...
Metagross.
What is this
dope.
beautiful creature? Steel and Psychic. Oh.
And then he gives you the free
Beldum,
Beldum or whatever,
yeah.
and you're like, "Thank you, I will worship you." Thank you.
All right. We'll do 2 more questions, which are pretty much the last 2, and then we'll jump into the quiz. So, building on favorite legendary, what's your favorite non-legendary Pokemon? Yeah, a lot to choose
All right,
from.
so are we not counting starters? Should we not do that?
Yes,
since-
yeah. So not
Okay.
so just generic catch it in the wild, non-legendary.
catch it
Oh,
in the wild.
non-starters. Oh,
Well,
frick.
you could evolve it, right? Can you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I kind of gave mine Metagross, but it's also tied between like Espeon and Umbreon.
Yes.
I
Oh,
love
those are cool.
a
Yeah.
ton because of Pokemon Coliseum.
Yeah.
That combo specifically was always just I thought was the coolest thing as a kid. So I think Espeon, Umbreon, and Metagross are just like all tied for like my favorite non-legendary. And
I'll give you
non-starter.
3. We'll say 3. Phil, what are your top 3?
top 3.
You can just
Yes.
name some off the bat without.
Marowak
Nice.
is my number 1. Frick, I don't. My other one would be like Blastoise, but we're not doing starters.
You can. I mean, if you really want to, like, that's cool.
If you really can't think of anything,
If you can't think of any of the other 700,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's-
was like, jeez.
I literally
pull up that
can't.
Bulbapedia.
I feel like I like them all to some extent.
What about
even like the
Landorus?
trash ones, like
Trubbish?
Vanilla-Ice, I have
You are Trubbish.
like those types of Pokemon I still like because it's just Pokemon. I can't not hate on Pokemon. Or I can't hate on Pokemon. So Marowak, I'm gonna say Blastoise, and I like a lot of my memories that are conjuring up are like from the trading card game. So like Poliwrath,
Ooh.
because I have
I
have a
like
lot
that
of very
dig, yeah.
distinct memories
Yeah.
of trading cards
Ooh, yeah.
in elementary school.
And did you ever read the manga? Did you ever read that? Oh, there was a great manga series that was at our library that was like based on Red and Blue.
Oh, I have that on my Christmas list actually.
Yeah, it's super. It's,
It's
actually
really good.
really,
It
really
looks
good.
cool. Yeah.
I used to
And he
listen
has
to that on the
Poliwrath.
drive to school and blast
Really?
Toby Mac's Momentum album. There's a section where he's like trying to teach this one kid to train his Eevee, and he doesn't want to evolve his Eevee because all his brothers have
Jolteon,
Jolteon,
yeah.
and all those, and so he's trying to get his Eevee to be strong. So I'd read that section, just like blasting some of the heavier songs. I'd just be like, "Oh yeah, you get him, Eevee. Yeah, you show him what's up."
That's
So-
Oh, and he did Mimic and like
Yup,
the Tails. That was
yup.
good stuff.
Yep. Matthew, what you got?
It's a tie between Espeon, like just one of the best, and then Ninetales and Gengar.
Ooh,
my
Gengar.
Gengar is
good
probably
one.
my
Gengar.
favorite of all time.
That's a
He
good
just
one.
looks so
That's
cool.
a good one.
Yes.
Dang.
He's a great ghost Pokemon.
Yeah.
Only
He's like-
ghost from like the first gen, so
Yeah.
got that specialty.
He's like the predecessor to like all ghosts, like cool ghost Pokemon. So
I would have to say
Klefki.
Scyther.
Lantern.
I would have to say Scyther, Cubone, specifically Cubone, not Marowak.
Ooh.
Scyther, Cubone, and Alakazam. I've always dug Alakazam.
Mhm.
So
Alakazam is dope.
yeah,
I do like
his
Cubone.
his
Cubone.
Mega Evolution, and the
Oh,
and
it's
X
like
and
the
Y.
boot, like the.
He looks
He's
like
got
a
all the
monk,
things.
kind of.
Yeah,
He's, like,
dude,
floating.
that whole design.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so dope.
So cool.
Mega Evolution's just like I remember when they first showed the one for Blaziken, that like Mega Evolution was possible. I was literally like, I was literally getting hyped, and I was like, oh, and then Graham comes and like, what are you watching? I'm like, got Mega Evolution, Graham.
The only thing about Mega Evolution I didn't like is that you don't get to like keep the dope
Yeah.
looking Pokemon. It like goes away after that turn. You're like,
Yeah.
no.
It's kind of cool. It's like you're watching your Pokemon go Super Saiyan. For
Yeah, it's basically like a super like they can't stay that way forever. So it makes sense, but it's just like I want my dope Blastoise to last forever.
It's true.
Or my like sick looking black Charizard hanging in the air,
Yeah.
like wrecking people.
Last but not least, what did you name your character in the game? And what did you name your rival when you had the option to?
Butt Stallion.
Good Borderlands reference.
Yeah. No. I can go first because I have the most boring answer. I always name my character after myself just because it
Yep.
felt more immersive.
Yeah.
And I always use the default name of the rival because I felt that I sometimes like made a name that would fit him, but I wanted it to be like authentic. I always saw it as I'm putting myself in Pokemon. So therefore, like, you know, I always have like Trainer Blue be, like your rival Blue
Your
because
rival's
that's
Blue.
like how he is and that's how I always been. Or like May in Gen 3 and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they don't have, or Silver for, I know the second gen. So, yeah.
Interesting. I would always name myself Blue, just because that's my favorite color. And it didn't register until like a year ago that Blue is the rival in the original game. So like, I think Jacob questioned me on it. He's like, "What do you name your character?" And I was like, "Blue." He's like, "That's your rival, not you." I'm like, "Oh."
Wait, you didn't- that
I
didn't
am my
register?
rival?
I knew
So
that.
I
I knew
am my
that
own
Gary.
worst enemy.
I knew that Gary's name was Blue, or like.
Oh, you
like,
saw him as Gary.
I saw him as
yeah.
Gary. I didn't see him
Okay.
as Blue, but I knew of the existence. I just didn't register that I was naming myself after your rival. But I would always name myself Blue because I like the name.
You have taken this so philosophically in every single answer.
Maybe that'll be my blog thing. It'll be Pokemon philosophy.
Dude, that'd be
like really
hilarious.
like condescending philosophy about Pokemon, about how like high art Pokemon is.
Like depending
It's
on
like
what
that
you name
Rick and
your
Morty
rival.
like copy pasta that's going around on the internet.
Oh,
like,
the,
it'll be the
like,
Pokemon.
you need a
version
high
of that.
IQ to
You need a
understand
high
Pokemon.
IQ to
Yeah.
understand Pokemon.
That's great.
Yeah, I would always do that, and I would either name my rival something stupid, like Buttface or something like that,
Something
like the
derogatory.
classic, or I would name it after like one of my friends or something.
Someone
Some-
I
I like
really
the Yeah, I think in the
bully at
in the
school.
original ones I would name him Gary, just because.
Gary.
That's what he looked like.
Yeah, Gary was a d-bag.
Smell you later.
Smell you
Smell you later,
later. Like,
loser. Yeah.
like what do I smell like?
Oh my gosh, there's an
Roses?
amazing
I'm a pixel person.
there's
I
an
am
amazing
Pixel.
picture from
I
the
have no
anime. There's it was like this photo of when he literally is like driving people like captioned it as like, this is how terrible your rival is. Like, not only is he driving a car while he's underage, but he has like 3 like voluptuous like 20, 30-year-old women riding in the car with him. In the anime, he was like, and he has like 10 badges when you can only get 8.
I have 10
Classic
badges.
Gary. I have
2 of them are
Because he shows off his box and like you count 10 in there instead, and you're just like, dang it, Gary
Like,
gets
wait.
10 badges and I can only get 8.
Classic Gary.
Made it to Johto.
How about you, Matt?
Kind of lame. Me and my brother played through 4th generation, so we just named him after each other. Immersed ourselves. Like, I name it Matt, and then my brother was Nick. So.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that you would be Nick and he would be Matt.
Oh no.
So-
I would have to like defeat my brother, of course. So.
That's a good idea. We should have done that. Why
What?
didn't we do that? Name our rivals after each other.
Oh, dude, we should do that this gen. There's the option.
All right,
Do you
I'm
have-
gonna- I'm gonna name
No.
mine
Rival.
after one of you two, and I'm gonna crush you.
Why?
That's why, because then you could crush him.
Although
Like,
Sun
look,
and Moon,
you guys
Sun and Moon,
whooped
they
your
kind of
butt.
take that rivalry away. It's
need-
like
you
you're no
need to
longer
name it
like
Cakes.
enemies with your person. It's like I'm your friend.
Oh,
and I'm
how
gonna battle
is
you.
how is the can we just like clarify like how is like the worst rival?
Yeah, he's like
in
your
any
best
Pokemon
friend.
game?
Like I want my rival to be my actual rival,
think-
not my best friend.
I think I wouldn't mind if it was your best friend, but I think he's designed where he's like, man, I just want to get so good, and you're like, you're so bad.
Yeah, like
And then
you
he
just
gets-
crush him at
yeah.
every turn. Like
Exactly.
there's no contest, and you're like, All right.
And
You
even
should-
like
And
for
then
the-
you,
yeah.
and then you
do it.
find out he's the freaking champion. You're like, there's no way you
How
got
would
here.
you do that?
There's no
Yeah.
freaking way you made it this far.
You're like, oh, I guess I'm kind of good. You're like, whatever, how?
yeah.
Get outta here.
You
The
and
only
Jake
good
switch
part about it
names.
is that once you actually beat him, you actually get to take the freaking throne from him. Unlike all the other games.
That feels good.
Suck it, how?
That was I would.
I
say,
loved that mechanic.
Yeah, like
Because then you get to it and you're the champion, and then you like fight.
you get to like
a
hold
random
that
person.
position. I thought that was amazing
Yeah,
because
that
you
was
feel you feel like you're the champion authentically.
Yeah.
All right, you
Good
guys
stuff.
ready? You guys ready
Was
for
that
this
the last
quiz?
question?
That was the last question.
Oh boy, I
Quiz
want
time.
that booster.
Is this
pack.
like
What is the quiz?
buzz in quickly, or is
No,
it
so
like
it's multiple
clap
choice. Yeah. Just yell really
just talk
loud.
over him?
All right. So it's gonna be multiple choice. I'm gonna take all of your answers, and then I will give the final tally at the end. So if you guys have I don't know if I have a way to keep track of I'll keep track on the.
You better have a
Google
way.
Google Doc.
I'm getting those Pokemon cards. My mom told me I couldn't buy no more Pokemon cards.
Pokemon.
Those Pokemon. Oh my gosh, I need to share the guy that we buy our old school games from, Alex.
Does he call them Pokemans?
He calls them Pokemans, and it drives me up.
Man.
And he sells it all
Does
the
he,
time.
does he do it like non-ironically?
Yes.
No, yeah.
Like
unironically.
I'll call it that just to annoy people. But
Yeah, because it's like that's what it's. No,
That's awesome.
he legitimately knows them
Yeah.
as the Pokemans.
That's
No,
awesome.
he says like, yeah, we get all these Pokemon cards. And you're just like,
Oh, gosh.
Well, I love his
You're
accent
like,
though.
triggered.
He's got that like Wisconsin. He's not like northern Wisconsin, but he's like you got the Pokemon cards.
exactly like that. Yeah.
Pokemon.
Pokemans.
Pokemon.
But I love how you didn't even say Pokemon. You said like Pokemon.
Pokemon card.
Give me some Pokemon cards.
That's Pikmin.
All right.
I want to get a Pikachu.
This quiz is out of 15.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to lie to you, gentlemen. Some of these questions are pretty dang difficult.
I'm not gonna
Pretty
lie.
dang good.
I'm terrible
So
at
they
playing
are
on trivia.
They are
Just the
some of-
games, or is anime
So
involved?
it's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So I wanted this to be something that it wasn't, because honestly, if I asked like names and things like that, I had a feeling you guys would know, and I didn't
Right.
want to get too obscure to make it. So some of these are a little more like contextual. So they're going to be some things of like, what is this?
Who is this side
what is-
character from episode 37
No,
that
it's,
appears in the background?
Contextual was a bad word. so it's
What's
like
the name
what-
of the trainer on Route 33 in Emerald?
Joey.
It's always
he would know.
young trainer Joey.
It's just the
Youngster Joey.
youngster.
My Rattata is the best.
Oh, my Rattata is
I
no longer.
hated it. Okay, I'm rescinding my pet peeve. That was my pet peeve. Was freaking
My
Joey.
Rattata is the best.
My Rattata is the best. Like, I'm gonna crush your Rattata.
My Rattata just got beaten, but I'm gonna come back though. And then 2 minutes later, man, my Rattata's the best. Then you're like, I lost again. You're like, shut up, Joey. Why'd I give you my number? Question number 1.
Why'd I give you my number?
You do.
What
you
was
give, you
the-
have to give him your number. in this
What
game.
was the first Pokemon to appear in the animated series? Pikachu, Onix, Nidorino, or Gengar?
Oh, that's easy.
anime or the game series?
Animated series.
Animated series.
It's down to 2. I just can't remember which is first.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
we're
know two
gonna
as well.
lock in your answers.
Mostly because I saw the last movie.
Pick an
which
answer.
Has the same scene.
Pick an answer.
Wait. Say him again.
All right, one more time, and then we're gonna go. Pikachu, Onix, Nidorino, Gengar.
Okay.
I'm also gonna get a clock so I can actually keep this consistent.
Yeah, you should give us a time limit.
Yeah,
it
I'm gonna
doesn't
give you-
last
I'm gonna give
forever.
you a timer.
I'm getting hungry.
I'm hungry.
I'm
My diabetes is acting up.
Diabetes.
It's
That's another word.
He's hangry now.
diabetes. I
All
was
right,
laughing
you
when
have
say
20 seconds
diabetes.
starting now.
I got my answer.
Do you guys
Yes,
have your answer?
I do too.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that next time.
Wait, so how are we gonna do
Yeah,
this
are we just
without,
gonna like at the same time? Because like
I'm not going to confirm which it is until.
But like to be honest, I feel like Phil knows, and like
I
I
feel
have,
like-
I have
yeah,
like a
so-
50%
Oh,
chance.
you
I
definitely
know.
know.
So everybody,
Should we just say it at the same time? I
Should
feel
we,
like we
like,
can just
text
be
it to you?
honest. No, we can
Text
just
it.
let's just be honest. Let's come on.
Yeah, you guys.
Okay,
you
on the
guys
count
are-
of 3.
no changing your answer. Well,
No
on the
changing.
count of 3, just say it, and you have.
Are we
to
saying
hear.
the Pokemon name or the letter?
The Pokemon name.
Okay,
Pokemon name.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Nidorino.
Well,
No changing
I screwed
your answer.
up.
What'd you say?
I didn't know
I
if
said
it was
Onyx.
Gengar.
Onyx?
Because I
I
knew
know,
that
'cause
opening
there's a
scene.
battle,
Hang on.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Nidorino.
Nidorino.
None of you got it right. It is Gengar.
See, I knew there was a
Doesn't
battle
he fight
between
Onyx,
the two,
though?
but I couldn't
Same.
freaking
I
remember
thought it was
which
Gengar
one.
fights Onyx. That's
No,
what
he
I was
fights
Gengar and
Nidorino.
Nidorino.
Okay,
Gengar.
never mind.
All right. Wow, this is gonna be.
Well, at least
this is
we
gonna be
both got it
interesting.
wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's probably gonna be people listening to this
Question-
that look. Didn't even know that. Come on.
Yeah, they're not even Pokemon fans.
And we'll just be like, yeah.
You're like, yeah, probably not.
You're right.
Not to your standards anyway.
Right. Number 2. Which Pokemon's Pokédex reference number is the same as the first 3 digits of its weight in pounds?
Holy
What?
Oh, wow.
The options are Jigglypuff, Electrode, Persian, Scyther. You have 20 seconds.
I don't even know what
what
their
were
numbers
the
are.
3?
Jigglypuff, Electrode, Persian, Scyther.
And it corresponds
Which
to its weight?
Pokemon's Pokédex reference number is the same as the first 3 digits of its weight in pounds?
Wow.
Jeez.
One more time, the
4.
Pokemon.
We'll pause it. Which Pokemon's Pokédex reference number is the same as the first 3 digits of its weight in
Holy
pounds?
frick.
These are intended to be very, very difficult because I want one of you to win by like 1.
Hey, that's
The
right.
one
If we all
person who
tie, yeah, we all get
All right,
one,
I got
right?
my answer.
Then you guys play.
Wait, no, what were the 4
Rochambeau.
choices again?
Jigglypuff, Electrode, Persian, Scyther.
Oh, Trode? He said Electabuzz.
You, I definitely said Electrode every single time.
Yeah,
Yeah. Where did you hear?
I wanted it to be Electabuzz.
You just like hearing that name.
Yeah.
Electabuzz, Electabuzz.
I got my answer.
Ready?
I think I do too.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
Sorry, one more time. I know.
The Pokemon or the
yeah,
question?
the Pokemon.
Jigglypuff, Electrode, Persian, Scyther.
Okay,
What do you got?
I
saying?
won't change my answer.
I'm just gonna guess Persian.
Persian.
I'll say Electrode. I was gonna just change it to Persian.
I promise I didn't change it.
It is Scyther.
Oh,
See, that was going to be my guess, but I thought he didn't weigh like anything.
yeah, same.
Because he's a freaking
But
bug.
he's
I think
big.
it's
Yeah.
the reference number is the same name. So if he's early in the Pokédex,
Isn't Scyther pretty
His-
far back in the Pokédex, though? He's like 100 something.
He's like
See
mid.
him in the Safari Zone, right? Is that
yeah.
when he first went to
I
be,
think
like, 100?
technically because he's in Gen 2, right? Or is he from Gen 1?
Gen 1.
Gen 1.
Gen 1.
Isn't he like 113?
He's like
or
number
something like that?
120. Yeah, something
Yeah.
in like the.
I didn't realize he weighed
I just can't
freaking
wait
much.
for if there's anybody who's actually listening who's a dedicated Pokemon fan
Who's
emailing
gonna
me
like
and
get
being
all
like,
these?
all of those were
all,
wrong.
all you would have to do
All
is
of
just like look it up. So no, that's fair.
I'm pulling it from some quiz that I googled, so
Oh.
these could all be absolute
Yeah, I mean,
baloney.
you don't have to
so-
actually
yeah.
validate it.
Yeah. All right. Question number 3. Gyarados was modeled after what legendary sea monster? Gyarados was modeled after what legendary sea monster? Nessie, the Kraken, Moby Dick, Godzilla. You have 20 seconds.
What? None of them?
Gyarados was modeled after what legendary sea monster? Nessie, Kraken, Moby Dick, Godzilla.
I feel like this quiz is inaccurate.
5 seconds.
I got it.
What was the
I got
second option again? Sorry.
So Nessie, the Lake Ness monster, the Kraken.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna guess.
What is that?
That's you can't answer anymore. So it's Nessie, the Kraken, Moby Dick, Godzilla. Who's the model after? We'll start with you, Phil.
I mean,
What are you picking?
I don't believe any of the answers are correct, but I will say Godzilla.
I was gonna say Godzilla.
I was gonna say Nessie.
The Kraken.
Kraken's a giant octopus.
I
What?
feel like
I know,
the Gyarados isn't the Gyarados story based off of like an old Japanese legend of like a carp climbing up a waterfall and then turning into
And like
a
reaching,
dragon?
reaching the top, and
Yeah.
Could be.
that might be it. The
think
reason why I
the
thought it could
style
be
after it,
Godzilla
though.
is because the way
Japanese,
It's
like-
well, it's Japanese, and like the way he like presents himself is always like rising out of the water and stuff. So
I just thought you just saw the head, so you didn't see like the actual like body, the plesiosaurus. So,
Ah,
interesting.
but that's
look,
That'd be
Lapras,
creepy.
maybe
if Gyarados
Lapras.
had a body like.
oh yeah, Lapras,
Lapras
would be like
based
yeah.
on Nessie. Yeah.
I think the one thing I could see that justifies it is his face is very like the Kraken is known for its
Isn't the
like
Kraken a-
teeth and
Well,
Squid?
also
Well,
there's different
it's
types
squid.
of kraken. There's
Yeah,
like in
yeah,
the
yeah.
ancient Greek mythology, the kraken was also like just like a big looming like
Oh,
behemoth as well.
maybe it
Cthulhu
was
type
like
looking dude.
the Magikarp Gyarados thing was based off the Japanese legend, but like Gyarados' actual model
the
itself.
That could be
based
the
off
model.
Kraken.
It's referring.
Okay.
It's asking the model.
Oh,
They
okay.
could have
that
found
was
some
story.
ancient
That makes
picture
sense.
and then been like,
All right,
oh,
so
I just want to
we're-
make sure people know that I have cred.
that we're 0 for 3.
right.
Like I got
So
the
make
answer
sure-
wrong, but this is why I got it wrong.
yeah,
All right, here we go.
I know my stuff, but I don't know this quiz.
Oh, this is an interesting one.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Number 4, I love this. Out of the 26 letters in the English alphabet, the most Pokemon begin with which letter? S, P, M, C. Out of the 26 letters in the English alphabet, the most Pokemon begin with either S, P, M, or C.
Gosh.
I'm just gonna guess.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah,
Yep.
All right, what do we got?
S.
P.
P.
It is S.
Oh, dang it.
It's just like
Matt
the most
with
common
one.
of like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
letters in general.
Yeah.
Matt with
I just
one on
thought-
the board.
In my mind, I was like S. I don't know. P. Pikachu. P.
I know. First, I was like,
I
"There's
didn't even try, I was
Pachirisu,
just like-
Primarina."
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
"Oh, but it can't be P."
All right, so this one's kind of like
If
It's,
you win by just 1 point, getting one question
dude,
right,
I would
oh my
love
gosh.
it. That'd be fantastic. All right,
You can have the cards. I don't.
if it was an
I don't
an
care.
actual species, ferret would logically belong to which family of mammals? Rodentia, Canis, Felis, or
Felis.
Mustelidae?
Felis, because he looks like a phallic.
Say,
Mustelidae.
actually,
No, he doesn't.
say that one more
Wait, you
time.
said ferret?
Yes,
Ferret.
ferret.
The
I mean ferret.
Ferret?
Ferret.
Like the
But
long...
looks like a ferret.
Stop,
the
stop,
ferrety
stop,
Pokemon?
stop.
Wait, say it one more time.
It was an actual. If it was an actual species, ferret would logically belong to which family of mammals? Rodentia, Canis, Felis, or Mustelidae? Mustelidae.
Mustelidae.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what any of those are. Well, Canis sounds like a freaking dog or something.
Yes, Felis would be feline. Rodentia would be rodent. I don't know what
Canis would
Mustelidae.
be. I don't know what that is either. Canis would
Canis
be
would
dog.
be dog. Yeah.
And then what was the last one?
Mustelidae.
Mustelidae.
Stalidae.
No idea. What it must
I'll give you 10 seconds. You got 7 seconds.
I got my answer. It's probably going to be wrong. Because these... Doesn't make any sense. Phallus. I'm going with phallus.
I regret this.
It's got a long body.
Got a long body.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no!
I'm really glad.
Now
I
you got
put-
me on a bad track. I'm thinking of all the jokes that could come.
I mean, I technically
All right,
have
we should
it
answer
as-
the question.
Yeah.
It's going to take forever.
All right. What do you got?
Rodentia.
Canis.
I was gonna say that the cat one, Felis or whatever.
No, it is, according to this quiz, it is Mustelidae.
I don't even know what
that
it looks.
is. I don't even know what that is.
I
Isn't
think
a
it's
ferret
a-
rodent.
No, that's
None
why I
of
knew
you-
it wasn't
none
a
of you
rodent.
got it right anyway, so we'll throw
Is
that
a
question
ferret
out.
behaves like a cat, but it's not a cat, is it?
Right. I think
No.
a
Alright.
Mustelidae must be a mammal that's like
No, 'cause I
distinct from
yeah.
all of these. Yeah.
I actually took like a animal science class, and it was like we went over ferrets being in this weird it was in a category that it usually wouldn't belong.
It's like
in.
with like mink, weasels. It's like their own thing.
Yeah.
I think Mustelidae
Mustela.
must be like mink. I'm thinking.
What do you got, Phil?
Mustela of the family Mustelidae. That doesn't answer.
It's saying- what is a
Don't
mus-
they know you're not supposed to use the root by answering the question?
Tell him, Phil.
Yeah, you
But
tell them you're
Have they ever
wrong.
taken a freaking English class?
Yeah.
A
All right, we'll
European
go on to the
polecat.
next question.
A pole.
Question
Polecat
6.
Phallus.
What was the first word Meowth of Team Rocket
gosh.
learned?
His own freaking name.
We have a
you know
audience in the background.
Do you know it?
Is
We have our two
his
cousins
own
chilling on
name?
the couch playing games. All the cousins that we always reference in our episodes. So you guys need to go listen to it. They're looking at me. They're like, "What?"
Why'd you talk about us?
What are the options?
This one is multiple. This is no multiple choice.
Oh,
You just
no
gotta come
multiple-
up with the
Oh,
word.
kidding
it's
me?
one word. It's one word.
It's his
Meowth?
first word.
Yeah, it's
His
his
first
first word.
No, Meowth.
Yes.
I
his
remember
first
seeing
word.
something like this.
Every
but
Pokemon's first word is their own name. Meowth. Is it not?
What's your answer?
Well, in theory, yes, but I'm thinking like first English word
yes.
Meowth
or
is
like
English?
Japanese word.
yeah, it might be Japanese. Yeah.
This quiz is rigged against me.
And your philosophy.
You are Trubbish.
You need more fill. You need like which Pokemon is the best? Trubbish.
Trubbish.
This quiz.
Which
is
Pokemon
rubbish.
is
This quiz
objectively
is
the best? I could come up with an answer for that. I can't answer what word did Meowth say.
Trubbish. All right, time's up.
Ugh.
Just say where. Say where to be funny.
Team Rocket. That's where he works for.
What did you say?
Team Rocket.
Meowth.
Food.
I'm gonna give it to Zach
What?
because
Oh.
his first word was rocket. according
Oh,
to the quiz.
I was
I don't
gonna
buy
say
it.
just rock. I was gonna say just Rocket,
I will
but
give
like
it to you.
yeah,
I will give it to you.
nice.
Because if you would have said if you would have said like Jesse or James, no. But
that's his
because you said
livelihood.
Team
That's where he
Rocket,
works.
That's a
I
good.
don't buy it.
Yeah, you don't.
You're the only one without a
salty.
point.
I don't buy it. It's Meowth. Every Pokemon's first word is his own name.
Ooh, here we go. Number 7. What species of flower was Vileplume modeled after? Modeled after. So no crazy
As opposed
Japanese
to-
stories, Phil.
Okay.
Isn't there like a legend where like he bloomed after the lady cried?
Yeah, what the frick? They're ignoring all other answers.
They're ignoring their own heritage.
Violet, pitcher plant, Narcissus, Rafflesia.
Can you list those off again?
Violet, pitcher
Like the
plant,
color?
Narcissus, Rafflesia. What species of flower was Vileplume modeled after?
I don't know. I'm
One
not
more
a
time?
botanist.
One more time on the choices.
Violet, pitcher plant, Narcissus, Rafflesia.
Can I phone a friend?
I think I got it.
Call Jake.
Call Jacob.
Dude, call him. See if
That would
he'll
be
pick
funny.
up. Yeah, just give it a shot.
right. Actually, I'm gonna do it for a different question if we're gonna do it.
If there's
One
one,
that he
about
might-
One that I'm
lantern,
confident he could actually answer to make it funny.
Dude, that would be hilarious.
Jake, where did Lantern stats?
He would know.
You absolutely would know.
He would know.
Oh god.
Why does? All right, we'll talk about that.
what
after, but-
EVs do you gain? Bathroom
Violet,
lantern.
pitcher plant, Rafflesia, or
Narcissus.
Narcissist.
Narcissus.
All about itself.
Narcissist.
Narcissist.
The most beautiful flower.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay.
You got 7 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year.
Lock in your answers. Okay, Zach.
Rafflesia.
Wait, which plant? Are we talking about Vileplume or Victory Bell?
Vileplume.
This
son of
whole
a
time. Oh my.
You're
Dude.
getting mad at the questions, but you don't know the
I
question.
keep imagining different Pokemon in my head.
It's okay. His blood sugar's low.
Yeah, it is, and I gotta urinate something fierce here.
You can't blame that all on.
What's your answer then?
I think you had something else.
Wait, so is Violet pitcher plant,
Pitcher plant, Narcissus.
Narcissist, or Rafflesia?
Yes.
Rafflesia.
I'll go
Rafflesia.
with the Narcissa or whatever. The
Narcissus.
N1. Narcissus.
You two are right.
Oh, dang.
Rafflesia.
Yes.
Zach
Dang,
comes up
Zach
2.
takes the lead.
Phil and Matt.
Getting that
Okay.
booster pack.
All right. Question 8. According to Misty, she hates 3 things. Carrots and bugs are 2. Which is the third? There is no multiple choice.
Crap. I know it's carrots
Ash
and bugs,
Ketchum.
but what?
I will.
Electric Pokemon.
I will give a hint. It is another. It is another food. And it is a vegetable.
All vegetables are disgusting.
Oh yeah, they're,
What are they,
they're
sin?
evil. They're
They're
the
sin.
no, they're the food of the devil.
Food of
They're
the
the
devil.
devil's
That's right.
food.
The devil.
Vile weed.
So food, it's a vegetable.
How is this
kind
not
of
multiple
vegetable.
choice? How you
There
gonna-
were 2 questions on here that were multiple choice.
I feel like Jacob might know this, but I want a funnier
He
one.
follows Misty's diet.
I should have done the
Very
phallus
closely.
one, because then I could have said it like that, and he'd be like, "Wait, what?"
He would have like called mid-time like, Phil, what are you doing?
All right, what do you got?
I'll just say broccoli. No one likes it.
Broccoli was my first choice. Too.
That's actually what I was gonna say as well.
It
'Cause
is peppers.
Peppers.
Peppers is her third
There's
least
no
favorite.
Do you know what I
in
was
the
thinking?
Pokemon
I thought
world.
ghosts
They
would
eat
be it.
Pokemon.
I was thinking beans too. But
Which Pokemon
Nope.
character is named after a legendary Germanic sea siren whose beautiful song lured sailors to their deaths?
Is it anime or?
Which Pokemon character? So not a Pokemon character.
character, and it's a German.
And it's her name is based off of a Germanic sea siren whose beautiful song lured sailors to their death. Names are Erica, Misty, Lorelei, Marina. Those names again are Erica, Misty, Lorelei, Marina. You have 15 seconds.
I got my answer.
You guys are good?
Yeah,
All right.
Lorelei.
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 You're all right. Yeah, that was it. See, it's not bunk.
It is bunk because I just guessed.
And it's bunk because I actually was just going.
What? No.
I called bum on that one.
No.
I call phallus.
I could have gone for one
Shenanigans.
answer.
You calling shenanigans?
I'm calling shenanigans. I get +1 for that.
Wait, what?
What? Yeah.
And he
No,
gets
mine
-1 too.
we all got it right here. I get +1. They get -1.
Okay, so you're at. So did you actually base it off what he said?
Well, I mean, I can do that.
No, you absolutely cannot.
We didn't establish that was.
Yeah, we did.
Fine. Okay.
I'm playing honor system.
All right, I won't take
honor
it.
system. So you're at
Fine.
2. You're at 2. You're at 2. So
Yeah, it's
Oh, let's go. My
We're tied.
guess.
Because Phil had to be a jerk.
so if he wins,
Be a
or if
wiener
you-
about
if-
it.
If you lose, Zach, you're gonna be salty.
I'd be very salty.
Okay. What is the only Pokemon species recognized as having its own distinct verbal language? So, and by Pokemon species, it's like just what Pokemon essentially is recognized as
Like
having
all
its
versions
own,
of that Pokemon can speak that language.
or it's like it's this Pokemon has its own distinct verbal language. The options are Jinx, Pikachu, Meowth, Mewtwo. Again, Jinx, Pikachu, Meowth, Mewtwo.
You said distinct verbal language.
What is the only Pokemon recognized as having its own distinct verbal language? 5 seconds.
Jinx,
Distinct.
Pikachu, Meowth, and Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
There's no multiple choice.
This is multiple
That
choice.
was just said
Just
four
gave
options.
multiple.
I think I'm
I
learning
hate multiple choice. I like being able to argue my response.
Well, that's not possible for
Jinx,
these.
Meowth, Pikachu, and
Mewtwo.
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 Distinct is
What are
a
you saying?
subjective term. That's why I want to argue it.
Pikachu. In its own verbal language.
Distinct verbal language.
Okay.
What do you got, Matt?
I'll guess Jinx.
Yeah, I was gonna do Jinx too.
I'm gonna say Pikachu.
Jinx. It is Jinx.
Just like
Pikachu was.
Now
a
I'm
good
behind.
idea, though.
Now I'm behind because
give it to him. Now he's back. Just
All right, all right, you can have it. That way we're all
he was
tied.
just
No,
salty
no,
that
we're
you were winning. That's what it was.
no.
True colors, baby.
All right, I'll give you a pity point. You can have one.
No, we're
In
not.
reality, he's the host. Just kidding.
Everybody
I
gets one-
fabricated this quiz, and I'm purposely getting them all wrong.
giving so I guess Demi host is giving
Demi-host.
pity point.
No, I don't want your pity
I, as
point.
the Jimmy host, to give you.
I
a
don't need
pity
your
point.
pity point.
All right, let's keep going.
All right,
I
are you
gotta
actually
pee and
giving
get
a
some food
point?
in my belly.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have a point.
What?
It's not
No,
a pity point. It's the point you deserve.
You would have. You said.
I just don't want you to be bitter.
I'm gonna be bitter either way. Even if you give me the
All right, well, if you're gonna be bitter either way, don't give them.
All right, fine. No, I actually want the pity point. Just give.
No, give me the pity point. Give me the pity point.
Okay,
I'll take it.
It's
I'll
time.
take the
Yeah,
pity
so
point.
we're tied.
Give him
We're
a
tied. We're tied. We're tied. What is which Pokemon appeared on a wristwatch in one episode of the Powerpuff Girls?
Whoa.
Jigglypuff, Igglybuff, Pikachu, Clefairy. Again, Jigglypuff, Igglybuff, Pikachu, Clefairy. 15 seconds.
Did Igglybuff exist at that point?
That is tough. Because
And the
I feel like it's
To repeat the question, you got 5 seconds. Which Pokemon appeared on a wristwatch in one episode of the Powerpuff Girls? Jigglypuff, Igglybuff, Pikachu, Clefairy.
They're almost all freaking like.
What do you got?
I'm gonna say Clefairy.
Jigglypuff.
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 I figured I wanted to just do a different answer.
I almost
like,
changed my
could
answer in
be
response to you, but then
Clefairy?
I was like, "Frick, that's what he did before."
But they're not demi hosts, so they couldn't give you a pity
exactly.
point. So
I can take all
Yeah.
the points I want.
all right, question 12. Only a few questions left. Question 12. Which Pokemon originally had a 6-pointed star on its forehead? Alakazam, Abra, Kadabra, Gengar. Again, which Pokemon originally had a 6-pointed star on its forehead? Alakazam, Abra, Kadabra, Gengar. You have 15 seconds.
I got my answer.
Me too.
We good?
Yep. Kadabra.
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 It is. Oops, sorry. Suspense. Dun 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 dun. Alakazam. Alakazam.
It was
I
one
guess
of
there,
them.
There was a controversy with Kadabra, but that might have been because he was like imitating a.
I know there's.
It was-
Yeah, I
it
think
just-
'cause
He
it
got
was the
banned from the
spoons.
TCG.
It
Yeah.
was the
for like the past
image
10 years or something.
of like it wasn't like him himself, but it was like how he was like pictured or something like that. It was like
His name. His name in Japanese is like a play on some like magician who's like a psychic, and they were like making fun of him, kind of like being facetious,
Oh,
and
interesting.
he like sued them. So
That would have been a fun quiz.
So
question.
Kadabra hasn't had a Pokemon
I wasn't.
card since, like,
I
the
had
original
about
set.
30 minutes to
They
find
had-
something.
They have like a automatic.
Okay, here we go.
evolution.
Question 13. How many siblings does Brock have? 5, 9, 10, 12. How many
they
siblings
Catholic
does
or
Brock have?
No offense.
wait, what'd you say?
Don't repeat it.
What did he just say?
He said, "How many siblings does Brock have?"
No, what did you say?
5, 9, 11, 12. And I said, "Are they Catholic or what?"
Ash, we got to get our Catholic Rosemary ready.
5, 9, 10, and 11. That's
why he's
5,
got
9,
nines.
10, 12.
I almost want to give you a point because that was
No,
funny.
no.
That was a secret answer.
There's no comedy points in this.
That was red. It was just
All
so
right.
quick.
If there was
5, 9,
comedy
10, or
points,
11.
I would
The
win.
numbers are 5, 9, 10, 12. How many siblings does Brock have? Do you guys have an answer?
I didn't even know he had any siblings.
Oh, what?
You didn't.
He's
know
got
that?
a big family.
He's got a
Doesn't
huge
he?
family.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's Catholic. Look at the hands. Look at the
I haven't seen the whole freaking anime, so I don't know.
Oh, good lord.
I'm guessing 9.
I'm gonna say. I'll say 5.
No, I'll just guess 9 as well. It was
9. It's
9.
Come on!
I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna do 9 again, but then I felt like it was
You
gonna
should
be
have
the
just said it.
Well, if I say I have no idea, I'm just gonna guess, and I guess 9. Then you can.
I was torn between 9 or 12.
Then
Because I
you
was
can-
like,
I
I
don't
knew
like
it's
this.
huge.
I don't like this setup. Because I feel like peer pressured into not doing the same number.
We should text it to you or something.
Well, guys,
It's too late.
it's already almost over.
And it's for a
Aren't we on,
$5
like,
pack of booster cards.
the
I'll buy you all
last
one at the end of
It's
this.
less about
two?
the booster pack and it's more about knowing
pride.
the most about Pokemon.
We'll
Yeah.
do okay for the review episode. We'll do another quiz. We'll do a second.
Okay.
We'll do another quiz.
We'll
This
do
quiz,
UltraSun,
anonymous.
UltraMoon.
this quiz doesn't count. We'll have a bigger prize for that one. This one,
Okay.
this quiz doesn't
Oh,
count.
boy.
This
So
is
this
just
doesn't
for-
count. I'm not in then. I don't want to play anymore.
Okay, I'll take your win.
Whatever.
For real though, I have to go to the bathroom really bad.
Okay.
Likewise.
We have 2 questions left. 14. Kabutops gets its name from a type of igneous rock, a Japanese ignorance.
Ignoramus.
A type of
Ignorant.
ingenious rock, a Japanese war helmet, a popular dance, a variety of sushi.
What, so
There was 5 answers.
Kabutops gets its name from a type of ingenious rock.
igneous.
Indigenous.
Ignis rock,
Indigenous.
ingenious, ignis, a type of ignis rock, a Japanese war helmet, a popular dance, a variety of sushi.
What was the third one? Sorry.
A popular dance.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Japanese helmet.
Same.
Same.
Yeah, Japanese helmet.
Kabu tops.
Kabutops. Yeah.
All right, last
He looks
question.
like he's got a freaking like
you guys,
war helmet.
you guys
He's
are
also
gonna,
a samurai.
you guys are gonna
Yeah.
dig this one. This one,
Oops.
could be. All right. So what's the score for you two? I think it's
They're
between-
ahead. They're
5 or
tied.
six.
Are
I'm
you keeping
tied.
track of this?
Are you tied?
Yeah, we're
keep-
tied,
keep
and I
track.
think
I'm
he's 1
behind.
or 2 points behind.
Okay.
He's
I'm
1
two-
point behind.
We'll
I'm
say 1 point.
No,
behind.
I'm 2 points
2
behind. If you count the
points.
pity.
Okay, pity points. Okay, last question of the quiz, and then we'll sign off. Umbreon gets its name from the Latin word umbra, which means shadow, darkness, power, moonlight.
I think I know it.
Ready?
One more time on the choices.
Umbreon gets its name from the Latin word umbra, which means shadow, darkness, power, moonlight.
Okay.
Phil.
Moonlight.
Moonlight.
Shadow.
It is shadow.
I took a Latin course. It's easy.
You got
Burning
it.
Shadows.
Rabska. And in honor of Burning Shadows, we have this Sun and Moon Burning Shadows 10 Pokemon card booster pack.
All right, let's see what you
Uh,
get.
You gotta
open it up.
You gotta open it up.
Right here, or can we use the
Phil
bathroom
can pee.
first? Or
Go for it.
No,
on the air?
I will
Gotta be on
hold
the
it
air.
in until
Gotta
I
be
find
on-
out what you get.
You better wrap up.
You're just gonna
quick.
get so excited that you're like,
my boy, my boy.
oh,
Just
Little
like
parakeet. No.
hey, oh.
Dang,
Hey-o.
they super seal those cards nowadays.
I love hearing that crinkle.
I know.
It's
It's
just-
funny.
Yeah. That crinkle.
Honestly,
and the
like,
smell
tempted
of
to-
the fresh cards in there.
Let's go swing by Best Buy or go swing by Target and buy booster.
There it is. There it
Hey.
is. All right, what we get? What we get?
all right, we got a Jupiter, a Togedemaru, a Wimpod,
Please be Lantern.
a Meowth,
Ooh.
a Magikarp,
Oh,
a
boo.
Electabuzz,
Ooh, nice.
Rhyperior.
Ooh, is that your
Ooh,
hollow?
Rhyperior.
You got some holographics.
Yeah, that's a
in there.
holographic one.
Ooh.
Did I get a couple holographics?
You got the
Electabuzz has the partial holographic. And then Electric Energy, Mount Lanakila, Kiawe. These are trainer cards. Simisear.
And the last one is.
And the last
some-
one is like some promo.
It's
promo
for
card.
online TCG.
Unlock your
You can get the
reward.
booster pack online.
Dope.
Phil knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that has been the Pop Culture Punks Pokemon Podcast.
Hey-o.
boy.
Bless you.
And with that, we're going to sign off so Phil can pee and not pass out, and so Matt can pee after Phil.
I would really pass out.
we can
I
eat
would
And then
pizza.
also not bad.
Need
Pokemon
new
Pizza
pants.
Pop Culture Punk Podcast. We'll catch you guys later. Take it easy.
Go catch them all.
I wanna